Yo, what's going on, everybody? How's y'all doing? Thank y'all for tuning in to another D.E.F Live Fitness show. Appreciate you, appreciate you. Thank you, thank you. I'm trying to make sure I got my sound right in here today. Seems like it's a little bit off today, but we're gonna see what's going on. We're gonna get this figured out. We're gonna get this going on for sure, for sure. But thank y'all for tuning in today. We have another good show for you this evening. I had to get a large late start this evening. Today's been kind of busy this morning. And your boy took a really, really good nap. I was really, 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 really tired, but for the most part, we're here getting it in. We got another good show lined up for you today. Of course, we're going to travel down a path of fitness. Then we're going to go on to some miscellaneous topics. Then we're going to touch on the economy and AI, of course, of course, of course. But like always, man, greatly appreciate y'all for being in here. Hit the like button if you're streaming or following us on Twitch. Was it Kick and YouTube, of course? Hit the like button or whatnot and get that algorithm going. Like always, we greatly appreciate you. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Get that horn sounding for you. We do appreciate you. But with that being said, we're not going to take too much time going on to get started with the show. It's a little hot in here, man. Hopefully I turned the AC on, but we'll see. We'll see. We'll see how that pans out. Let me get this right in front of me so you can hear me a little bit better. But yes, yes, yes. With that being said, we're going to go ahead and get straight into the show. Jesus, I got a bunch of things all over the place. And we're going to go ahead and start off with the first one on today's topic. And one of the things that I had came across recently, because, we just had the presidential debate and all that crap. And we're going to actually go over that as well, which is kind of funny and interesting all at the same time. Because I don't know if that was a debate or a beef. But we'll see when the time gets here. But also, there was another thing relating to fitness. And before we start off going on looking at the stuff that we do have in our fitness, I want to go ahead and read over. I don't know. I should start reading an article. Came across an article that was talking about another what do you call it? Disease or some kind of, I don't know what to say it is. Something maybe like another mimic of a strong flu 19, but not call that. Maybe something like along the line of like a swine flu or a well, whatever different kind of stuff they got. But I'll read the article here in a little bit. Of course, the timing has to be perfect because we're right around that election time. But it is what it is. To each his own. You know how the world works. You know how things go, and it's always going to be something over nothing. But let's go ahead and start off, and we're going to start off at our most favorite place of all time. You know how we got to do it. We know we got to start out at the Grand La Fitness way of living. So we're going to start off there, and we're going to see what's going on in the great world of La Fitness. So we're going to go ahead and get that one pulled up, starting off first. And we're going to take a look at it and see what exactly is going on in La Fitness, because there's always something going on. And excuse me, not Live Fitness, Planet Fitness, excuse me. There's always something going on in Planet Fitness. So let's go ahead and take a look and see what's going on in the first reaction. So let's go ahead and check it out. All right, so you see we got it here. Sorry I couldn't have a better setup for you to see it. Yeah, because that's about as far as it goes. And they didn't give me a good way to look at it. But let's go ahead and roll the footage and see what's going on in Planet Fitness. Here we go. Wow. Oh. Oh, assault. Well, all we got to say to that one is, what's up, Wolf? Thank you for being in the house. We appreciate you. As we just seen this crazy Karen, and this was back in 2020. If some lady at Planet Fitness decides to attack this gentleman. We don't know what the gist of it is or what the cause is. We just see the altercation, and as you've seen, man wasn't really trying to have any issues from what we could see, and she's attacking him, threatening if she's gonna unalive him and all that craziness, and kicks him and hits him, and of course he defends himself. And then she keeps coming and keeps attacking like a bull seeing red. And I mean, if we're gonna go by size, I mean, technically she's bigger than him. He's taller, but she got more size to her. So he's trying to back away. He's backpedaling persistently, and then she gets mollywopped one good time, and then yells and says that he hit me. Did you see that he hit me? I'm like, well, he did hit you. I'm not gonna lie about that, but clearly, I think his reason was justified, at least from what we see. But it is what it is. So let's go ahead and run it one more time. Oh, he did throw the first item. I didn't catch that part. Okay, he did throw the first item, at least from what we've seen. And it looked like she was coming back from somewhere, and then he threw the first item. So shame on him. Shame on him. So then she went off on the tirade. Yeah. Yeah. And she want all the smoke. You can hear her. She's saying, let's go, and she's attacking. So technically, the way this did start out, it does look like he hit her first. Because look at the very beginning when it starts over. See, look, watch. She comes back. She walks off. She comes back. And he threw it. So yeah, he started it. So shame on him. Shame on him. No. Yeah, he unfortunately asked for that situation, so that's on him. So I can't give him the benefit of saying he was defending himself, because he wasn't defending himself. He did start that situation, so we're gonna have to give him the big L on that one. So that man's wilding. That man is tripping. He actually earned all that smoke that he got, and yeah, she was wilding. I mean, but she had every reason to be. She was wilding. Yeah, Wolf, I agree. You shouldn't hit a woman. And he effed around, and he did find out. And unfortunately, it's on camera that he did throw the first item at her, and she just reacted as she should. She did react the way she was supposed to, and unfortunately, now he has to deal with an assault case if she decides to take it to that point. But we don't know what the cause of it was, what started it first or whatnot. But hey, it is what it is. It is what it is. So next up, we have. Well, that's not what I want to pull up. Sheesh, pull that back down. Don't want to show you guys that. Lurk, appreciate the lurk. Thank you. All right, so we got here. Where did it go? I don't know. Did I lose all my stuff? No way. Don't tell me. Oh, thank God. There it is. I see it. So then we have this other thing right here where they're speaking on young kids. They're saying that Planet Fitness. Let me pull it up for you. It says right here, speaking on the young kids, the young generation, which I don't know if this is a good idea or not. This might be a good idea. This might be a bad idea. I'm not 100% sure. I mean, it could be a good idea, but I don't know. I mean, the comment section is very telling on this one. And what it says this. It says that Planet Fitness to offer teens free gym memberships. So we got Planet Fitness offering teens ages 14 to 19 an invitation to work out for free all summer long. It's the fourth summer the fitness chain has offered this program. So, I mean, 14 to 19, they're all going to be free, which could be a good thing if the kids use it accordingly. But, I mean, we've all been teenagers before, and from 14 to 19, free gym. Are you really going to go in there and work out in the gym? Who knows? But as you read the comment section, somebody says, better than being in the streets. 24-hour fitness, here I come. Somebody else said, about to have like 10 Edgars ganging up on one machine. Somebody said, damn, time to cancel my membership then. Got another one that says, I love this. As a divorced mom of 3 boys, this would definitely be helpful. The gym literally saved my 17-year-old son's life. He was self-deleting thoughts before he started his gym journey. All right, well, congratulations. We're going to have to give you the hand clap on that one. That's really good if that's what happens to that gym right there. So that's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. But then we have somebody else says, I promise you, no adult wants a gym filled with a bunch of teenagers, especially because they are going to be with their whole soccer team. Yeah, I mean, it could be possible. Oh, no. Here comes the teens with pajamas just standing around a machine. Yeah. Gonna be infested with broccolis. I don't know what that means. Gonna be infested with if anybody knows what that means, please tune me in and let me know. Hopefully I'm not saying nothing that I don't understand. Well, clearly I am, but you know. Anyway, and somebody says that means other gyms will be more packed to avoid Planet Fitness. Great. And some last person, they can use either locker room too. And last person, isn't this the same gym that allowed a fully grown man into the women's locker room? Oh no, that's actually a fact. I'm gonna have to say he is actually right on that one. So yes, Planet Fitness did have an issue with they allowed a man inside the female locker room, and there was a younger girl in there, and I think they actually defended the man for being in the locker room, and I think that they had a really big issue with that situation where they had to. I think they lost a lot of money. You know what? Let me find it. Let me find it real fast. It shouldn't take me 2 seconds. Let's see. Planet Fitness. Let's see. Man in locker. Yeah, man in locker room. So let's see what we got. I'm in yes, there was a exercise. Where is it at? Where is it at? So somebody did. Okay, so here we go. We have New York Post. Okay, so speaking on the ordeal was shaving in the female locker room. Okay. So let's see. So I got this art. Let me pull this article up here. Let's go see. Let's look at the article. So Planet Fitness revokes women's membership after photographing a transgender member shaving in the women's locker room. So there was a guy in there, and let's see. An Alaskan woman had her Planet Fitness membership removed. Oh, cute puppy. Had a Planet Fitness membership removed or revoked after she took a photo of a man with a An Alaskan woman had her Planet Fitness membership revoked after she took a photo of a man with a penis at one of the gym's women's locker room earlier this week. The incident occurred at the Fairbanks location. A woman recorded herself speaking about the ordeal when she said a person identifying as queer LBG was shaving in the female locker room. Planet Fitness confirmed to Fox News Digital that the woman violated policy regarding taking photos and or videos in the locker room, resulting in the loss of her membership. Yikes. Planet Fitness is committed to creating an inclusive environment. Planet Fitness Chief Corporate Affairs Officer Mikhail Gosselin said in a statement to Fox News, our gender identity non-discrimination policy states that members and guests may use the facilities that best align with their sincere self-reported gender identity. The member who posted on the social media violated our mobile device policies that prohibits taking photos of individuals in locker room, which resulted in their membership being terminated. When asked if transgender individuals' sincere reported gender was female, Planet Fitness did not respond. Well, Planet Fitness is saying that, they're okay with. So that's what that person was talking about on that last one where they said that isn't this the same gym that allowed a fully grown man inside the female's locker room? And this is what they're talking about. And they revoked her membership because she took a picture in the locker room or video in the locker room and then posted it on social media. Which I don't know. I don't know if I can actually agree with that or not, because how many times do you see girls taking thirst trap photos in gym locker room mirrors and posting it on social media? Granted, no one else is in the photo. It's usually just them, taking like a back shot or something like that 9 times out of 10. But it's still a photo in a locker room technically. Now, her picture was aiming directly toward the certain individual. So let me see if I can actually find the photo that she took. Let's see if I can find the photo that she took of the. Yeah, here it is. So here's the photo that she took of the the man inside the locker room. Let me see if I can make it big enough to where you can see it. Let's see. Can I make it big enough? All right, do we have it? Okay, so here's the photo, but I want to see if I can. Is it gonna load up? So there's that. All right, so is it the same guy in both pictures? Okay, cool. So here's the photo. Let me go and pull it back up for you. So here's the photo of the guy. So we got this. As you can see, here's the picture of him right here. And then if you can see in this mirror right here, there's a girl. Not like mirrors look, but there's a girl right there. And they were trying to say the girl was really young. I don't know how young she was. I mean, maybe if that was in the summertime, I don't know. But it says Planet Fitness seems to be going through the exact same thing Bud Light did last year. And yes, it's once again about a transgender person. This was in March 21st, 2024. Who's got a certain group fired up. You probably heard about this by now. A woman in Alaska posted a photo of a trans woman in a locker room at her Fairbanks location, accused the company of allowing men in a space that she thinks should be exclusive for cisgender women. The original picture appeared to show the trans woman in question shaving over a sink in the locker room, and a lady who took it ranted and raved on the video that went viral afterwards. And there's a better image of the photo right here. That right there. So that's what I guess you got in there. There's a girl you can see right there in the bathroom, and there's another girl you can see right here, or woman, whatever you want to say, is right here. And the woman took a picture, and then I guess she made a video as well. I don't know if this is a picture or a video. And then she went and rant and raved about it. But however, Planet Fitness stood by their decision because Planet Fitness is in support of it. They're revoking her membership because of the photo. You're not supposed to take photos, which again, that's kind of, I don't know. Like I said again, because girls take photos in gyms all the time, like all the time, and post thirst trap pictures on the internet or progress photos on the internet. So I don't know. And maybe, like I said, I don't know if there was a video that she made or whatnot that probably took it to another level. I really don't know. But, it is what it is. It is what it is. It happens. But anyway, we're going to move on to the next one. And we have a fail. We got a fail. We have a fitness fail. This guy here, this guy here was lifting some weights. And it didn't turn out too well. So, let's just take a look on how this really panned out. It didn't go too, but we're gonna see what it looks like. So let's go ahead and roll the footage. Here we go. Let's check it out. Now, as you can see, he's already in the bad position. So let's go ahead and roll it.
Oh man! Ouch! 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 Big lift. Oh no! Oh no! Oh man! Ouch! 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 That got worse and worse. Oh, that right there where he's still on all fours? Yeah.
Oh, dude, how bad did that have to hurt? She runs over like, wait, what am I doing? Oh, camera's right here. Let me get glute shot.
Always these ladies.
He said,
It always
"Let me get a glute
amazes
shot."
me when people can lift that much weight and they don't know how to ditch that much weight.
100%. Learn how to bail.
Oh man! Ouch!
Yeah.
Ouch! Ouch!
That is what he should do. He should learn how to bail, because on that one, that was not a good. That really could have turned out a lot worse. And I'm trying to figure out, like, why does he have? He has bands on the end of the weight, which I'm assuming that he has so much weight on there that it's just his way of tying down the weight to make sure that it doesn't fall off. But if you got that much weight on the bar, my humble opinion, you shouldn't be doing it, or just use iron weights, because they're not going to be as big, because those are like those I don't know if we call them rubber or whatever weights, because they bounce when you drop them. But the iron weights, at least they're thinner. The iron plates, they're a little bit thinner. So whatever weight he's putting on there, he wouldn't have to use that resistant band to put on there. So I really don't understand why he has all that. But all I can say to him is,
What the fuck?
are you thinking? You know what I mean? Like that doesn't make any sense personally. Like, he should have thought this through way beforehand. Like,
No,
sir. Let's check him out again.
Big lift. Oh no! Oh no! Oh.
And then on top of that, you don't have anybody spotting you. Like, why are you doing this much weight and not a spotter. And clearly there was, I don't know if the girl who popped in the video, I don't know, I can't say nothing about that, but nobody is spotting him. I don't know if he set this camera up by himself and decided to go on this solo mission, but he did.
Oh man! Ouch! Ouch!
Right in the small of his
Worse
back.
and worse. Oh, that right there, where he's still on all fours. Yeah.
Oh, dude, how bad did that have to hurt? She runs over like, wait, what am I doing? Oh, camera's right here. Let me get glute shot.
Always these ladies. Always
He said, "Let me get the glute
people
shot."
can lift that
She knew
much
what she was
weight
doing. That was
and
all
they don't know
intentional.
how to ditch that much weight.
100%.
He's right. Learn how to ditch the weight. If you're going to be lifting that much weight, learn how to bail on that amount of weight. A piece of hair sticking out. Hold on. Get that underneath there. Are we good? Yeah, learn how to ditch that much weight, because you shouldn't be lifting that much weight if you don't know how to get rid of it, if you don't know how to drop it and get it away from you in case of an injury type situation. So he should have had that well thought through. Plus, he should have had a spotter. He really should have had someone spotting him on that particular situation, but he didn't, and it turned out the way it did. But yeah, unfortunately for him, it is what it is. So next we have this other one, which I mean, I'm personally kind of we have a lady here who's in the gym, and she's going to I guess she's gonna try a new pre-workout, I guess is what we can just say. She's trying a new. Hold on.
Hier ist das erste deutsche Fernsehen mit der Tagesschau.
There we go. Sheesh. Why is this new TikTok stuff, man? It's freaking has a mind of its own nowadays. I don't know why it's doing that. But we got a woman here who basically she has, I guess best way to say it is she found her own form of a pre-workout, sort of say, you know what I mean? And my advice to everybody here is don't try this pre-workout at home. It might not be for everyone. I'm going to say that it is not for everyone. So let's go ahead and check out her pre-workout of choice. All right, so here we go. Oh, nasty. You're gross. Oh, my goodness. It says, gym rats after reading, salt gives you more energy and a bigger pump. Oh, no. Now, I'm going to just say this. Even though she didn't really actually lick the chair, to have your tongue that close to any gym seat is just like,
What the fuck?
yeah, that is just nasty, yo. That is disgusting. Ugh. I mean, I know you want to get likes and clicks and everything, but like, I'm just not gonna agree with that. That's not it. No. Like, oh, come on, really? Like, look at this. Like, go back. Look. Now, I mean, granted, they probably put that there for the skit that they're making, but still, like, that's a gym. What do you call that? Bench? Like, no. No, that's nasty. No.
Oh no.
No. No. That's disgusting.
No.
Exactly.
No.
Like, stop it. Ugh. That was nasty. Even though she didn't really lick the chair, that shit was nasty. Like, that's just gross. Grow up. Do something else. Ugh. People these days, man. Like, sheesh, why you gotta do all that? That was just unnecessary. But anywho, excuse me. Moving on to the next one we have, and this one's going to be, what we got here? We have a lady here who's going to be using some workout equipment. Oh, crap, here we go again with this stuff. Oh, come on, Snap. Oh, Lord, TikTok's acting up again. So we got this lady over here who's acting up. And unfortunately, okay, it's not that, it's this one. So she's doing a ab workout, to my understanding. That would be my best understanding. She is doing an ab workout. And as she's doing this ab workout, unfortunately, things don't go her way. And let's see. Let's go ahead and take a look and see what happens to her. She does have she's doing kneeling ab crunches is what I guess you'll call them. She's using the cable machine that has 4 different workouts all around it. You can do your cable rows, your lat pulls, and then your whatever miscellaneous triceps or curls or whatever cable curls you want to do. She's using it for I guess kneeling ab crunches. And let's see how it pans out for her. Let's see what happens. Here we go.
Hier ist das erste deutsche Fernsehen mit der Tagesschau.
Yikes. Oh.
Hier ist das erste deutsche Fernsehen mit der Tagesschau.
All right, so we're going to look. When you watch it this time, keep an eye on this buddy right here. You see this man right here? Keep an eye on him and see how he reacts. Look at him. Boom, headbutt the ground. He looks over.
Hier ist das erste deutsche Fernsehen
She
mit
looks
der
up. He's
Tagesschau.
like, shit, I ain't see nothing. He didn't see anything at all. Look. She goes for the headbutt. Bang!
Hier ist das erste deutsche Fernsehen mit der Tagesschau.
Oh, man. I wonder what they said, too. I wonder exactly what that was said in a said language, because she hit that hard. That was a straight headbutt. Like, that was not, yeah. She was going for the full extension, too, going all the way down. And, yeah, she just headbutted the ground with all of her force. And then you got this person over here. I'm going to turn the music off on this one because, of course, don't want to get copyright. Fair use, but I don't want to get a copyright for playing this music because, nobody wants to hear all that music playing in the background. However, we got this lady here, and we're going to give her a kudos, first of all, for going to the gym, first and foremost. So shout out to her for going to the gym, and she's going to be doing some box jumps, is what we like to call, was what they're called, not what we like to call them. She's doing box jumps, and of course, how does it end? Let's take a look. So I'm not going to play the music, but I'm going to let you just see it. So she's going, and here we go. Up, all right. Up, oh no. Let's try again. Up, success. Oh no. She rolled and tumbled. Yeah, buddy. Look at that. First was good. Confidence is up. Oh man, she almost had it. But you know what? We're not just gonna feel sorry for her. We are gonna give her a round of applause because she is in the gym and she's actually taking care of herself, doing something positive. So let's give her a round of applause. Yes, we're gonna give her a clap because at least she's in there getting the work in. A lot of people don't put the work in and don't think the work needs to be done. So now this next one that we have here, I think this might be our final one for fitness. I think so. So this next one we have here is a couple. They're going to try to do something that they saw another couple do. It's some kind of, I don't know what it's called, but it's the thing where one person lays on like a crab position, and another person put their leg up, and then y'all both let go, and it's like you level each other out like a lever. So, you kind of hold yourself up using the amount of weight. Well, anyway, it's in a different language here. I can't really understand what they're saying. So if you know, please feel free to, comment and tell us what they're saying. But let's go ahead and show it. So you got this first couple right here, as you can see. They are basically getting it set up. So here we go. Let's go ahead.
When I popped off, then you go gave me just a...
Uh-oh. Oh, boy. Okay. No, that did not work.
No, vale, somos un fiasco.
No. Now look, if you look at what's going on this one, all right, check it out. So this is my thing. If it's gonna work out, you gotta look at the weight difference. If you look at these two right here, okay, you can see how they're built. From her waist down, she's clearly more. She clearly has more weight from the waist down than he does. his upper body is way bigger than his lower body. He don't have no hip or thigh or calf strength whatsoever. She clearly does. You can see her hips, thighs, and her calves. Like, she has lower body strength for sure. So that's going to be the base that's going to be able to hold up the structure of what it is that they're doing. And then when he leans his body weight back, his upper body weight is going to then be able to even out what it is that they're trying to do by not using their hands, because it looks like his upper body maybe be bigger than hers, I would say, or at least way more. But see, so when they do it, and they fall back, boom. See, look, no hands. It works out perfectly because of, you know, the weight distribution or how that works, because she has a solid foundation right here. She has a stronger build on her lower body naturally. You know what I mean? And then the way he's built, when he leans back, it evens everything out perfect, right? So then you get these two over here, and this right here is just already a mismatch. It's like, y'all should have thought this through. Like, she clearly should have been on the bottom. And that's how the video is. The video that they're, I guess, imitating clearly shows that the person with the bigger, stronger lower body is on the bottom, and in this case, she's bigger than him all around. So it is what it is. But they tried it, and you know, it was just a malfunction. And clearly, you could have seen this coming from a mile away.
What the fuck?
Oh, man. You've seen this coming from a mile away. No, that wasn't gonna work. Y'all seen that coming. Like, you knew that wasn't gonna work. So yeah, they made that attempt, and that attempt did not work out good at all. But it is what it is. That happens to the best of us, unfortunately. So let's see here what we got for the next one. So the next one, I don't know if I should show this one, but I show it because it's funny. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and show it. Forget it. So this isn't fitness or anything like that. This is just a man fighting for survival. This man is fighting for his dear life. Poor fella. I mean, this is just like nasty and sad and funny and all aspects that you could think of. I mean, he tried to get away. He tried to run, but he was very unsuccessful. Oh, wow. Somebody back here with no... Anyway, let me just go ahead and pull this one up. We're going to show a man here who's clearly in a very distressful situation. He's fighting for his life. He's trying to run. He's trying to get away. And it's a completely despicable act which is happening to him. And I feel sorry for him. And I don't even know how he got there to begin with. He shouldn't have been there. But let's just roll the footage. Here we go. All right. So here we go. Fair use. Run! Look at his face. He's like, oh man, that thing's stanky. Ooh, he's like, get away from me. Look, he ran. My boy's traumatized. Look at him. Oh my goodness, that man is traumatized, boy. He is never ever. Oh my goodness. Oh, that was nasty. Look at his face. He's already turned sideways. He's like, ugh, what is that smell? Oh my goodness. Look. He's like, run. He's like, get your legs. No, close it. Close it. Oh my goodness. Oh no. Oh, run, fella. Oh my God. Somebody said, you know, she was funky as hell. My boy was trying to get up out of there. He said, this guy said, bro was fighting for his life. Somebody else has a candle Lysol spray. Somebody else says, when will women understand? This is just sad, which I agree. It is sad. It's just, I don't even know what she's thinking. Bro, press charge. That's assault. Yes, please press charges. That is assault. But he got down there, so somehow she got him down there. She traumatized the hell out of him, which she did. That's just utterly disgusting. Nasty. That's gross. when hanging out at the beach or wherever you were at, because it looked like y'all were in a beach environment because everybody was in a bikini. So when hanging out at the beach goes wrong, and that went clearly wrong because that was not supposed to go down that way. All right, so the next segment we're going to tap into miscellaneous segment, but we're going to start out with some dark humor. This is dark humor, so hopefully you're not too sensitive, and if you are sensitive, just move along, press along. You'll be okay. If you're, gonna get emotionally hurt about certain things that are gonna get said, again, this is dark humor. Oh, wait, stop. There we go. So let's go ahead and pull this one up, and let's hear the dark humor that these people have to say.
What's white and 14
Oh
inches
no!
long?
Shut up! Stop talking! Stop talking! Stop talking! There we go. I'm gonna close it. Oh, we got that one down too. All right, cool. So let's go ahead and pull this one up on the screen, and we're gonna hear some of this dark humor that these people have. So here we go. Turn that back on, and oh, whoops! Didn't even get that on all the way. There we go. So let's hear what he got to say.
What's white and 14 inches long?
What?
Nothing.
What's black and long?
What?
The line at Popeyes?
Oh. Oh no!
What's white
How
and
you gonna
14
tell him
inches long?
racism isn't funny?
What?
Nothing.
What's black and long?
What?
The line at Popeyes?
Hit him.
Oh, you're not supposed to laugh. He said what's white and 14 inches long. He said nothing. Then the guy says what's black and long. He says the what? The line at Popeyes. I guess you're not supposed to laugh, but if you do laugh, this is what happens. Oh. Okay, so when he tells his joke this time around, look at this guy's face. The sincere sadness on his face.
What's white and 14 inches long?
What?
Nothing.
He said, oh.
What's black and long?
What?
The line at Popeyes?
Hit him.
You're not supposed to laugh. And he gets mollywopped right in the face. Yeah, buddy. You're not supposed to laugh at that one. He got him on that one. So anyhow, we're going to move over to the next dark humor joke. Hopefully you can handle it. So this guy is talking to his, either his mom or his grandma. I think it's his mom. I think he says, hey mom. So let's see what we got. So we're going to pull up mom on here. And these are adult jokes. Well, dark humor once again. So we got mom's here. She's sitting down chilling. Look like at the dinner table enjoying a meal. And let's hear the humor that he brings to the table with mom or Nana. Let's see. Here we go.
Hey, Mom.
Mom.
What's a reverse exorcism? It's when the demon tells the priest to get out of the child.
Oh my God.
I don't know if you can hear it. He said, what is a reverse exorcism? He says, when you tell the priest to get off the child.
Dan, what do you think?
Yes.
A man walks into the library and says to the librarian, I'm looking for the book for men with small penises.
Oh,
she looks on the computer and says, I don't know if it's in yet. He says, yeah, that's the one.
Oh my God, Brian.
Hey, Mom, why did Jesus have so many followers? Because they heard he was hung like this.
Jesus.
Oh, no. That was brutal. Oh, man. We got to give him the sad one on that one. Sheesh. Oh, man. That's just, oh, boy. Yeah. Look, girl. Look. She's like, oh, I wasn't ready for that one either. Look at her. Man.
Oh, hey, guys.
Yeah, she know her son going to hell for that one.
Hey, Mom.
Hey, Britt, what's going on? How you doing?
Exorcism? It's when the demon tells the priest to get out of the child.
Oh my God.
Oh my goodness, that was not good. That was terrible.
Dan, what do you think?
Yes.
A man walks into the library and says to the librarian, I'm looking for the book for men with small
I'm doing okay.
penises."
Can you hear the audio pretty
She
well,
looks on the
Britt?
computer and says, I don't know if it's in yet. He says, yeah, that's the one.
My God, Brian.
I think this is the one right here where Nana decided, like, she or his mother decided that she had the wrong child. Because this one right here was pretty brutal. Here we go.
Hey, Mom, why did Jesus have so many followers? Because they heard he was hung like this.
Jesus.
Look at her face. Look at her face. Look at, look at her face. She's like, I'm going to kill you, boy. She said, yeah, you ain't no son of mine. Oh, man. That was brutal. That was not good at all whatsoever. I wasn't ready for that one. I heard it. I was like, yeah, there's a special place for you. There is a special place for you. Let's see, where is this one at? So we have another one, dark humor. Let's check out these guys. See how they're doing. See if their laughs is worth a laugh. I think they're okay. Oh, whoops. Hopefully you didn't already hear that one already. But that's not the one I was looking for. It was this one right here. Where'd the thing go? There it is. So we got this one. We got these group of guys over here. I guess it's been a water game. And the water game basically is you don't want to spit out your water as you tell your, or if, after you hear the joke. If you spit the water out, you lose. That's how the game is played. So we got these gentlemen. They're sitting here. They're playing the game. And they're going to try not to spit out the water. So let's go ahead and roll the footage and see exactly how their jokes sound. Let's go. So we got these guys here. Let's run it. And let me know if you can hear the audio or not, if it's too loud or too low or whatnot. I'll try to get it the best I can. And I'm doing good, Britt. Thank you for asking. I appreciate you. Thank you for being in here.
Why is there no pharmacies in Africa? Because you can't take medicine on an empty stomach.
Wow. What organ in the female body remains warm after death? My
What do you do when your dishwasher stops working? You punch her.
What's more fun than swinging around a baby? Stomping it with the shovel.
What happens when an Asian with an erection walks into a wall? He breaks his nose.
Okay, I'm sorry. That was a good one. That was pretty funny. Look, she back there dying. That's hilarious.
What's 9 inches long and makes my girlfriend scream when I put it in her miscarriage?
Oh, no. No, sir.
He breaks his...
I gotta go back to this one. This one was too funny.
What happens when an Asian with an erection walks into a wall? He breaks his nose.
That was a good one. I gotta give it to him. That was a good one. I've never heard that one before. That was funny. I'm gonna have to say that one again. I'm gonna have to share that one with my friends. That was a good one. That was pretty funny. What happens when an Asian with an erection walks into a wall? He breaks his nose. That is some cold-blooded stuff right there, boy. I'm sorry. That's pretty funny. Oh, man, that was a good one. That was a good one. All right, so we got one more. We got one more joke. All right, so let's see. Where did it go? Did I mess it up? No, I didn't. All right, so here we go. So we got one more for the dark humor, then we're moving on to the next segment. All right, so we got this one. Look like one of the guys from the... Oh, crap. Come on. Don't do this to me now. Looks like one of the guys from the initial joke telling, but let's go ahead and hear what they got to say for the joke. So let's go and roll it. Let's go. All right, so here we go. Oh, wait. Let me start this one over.
Why don't Mexicans cross the border in threes? Why? Because there's no trespassing. What's the difference between me and cancer? My dad didn't beat cancer.
That was horrible. That was bad. That was pretty bad. Oh man, we'll give him one more time.
Cross the border in threes.
Why?
Because there's no trespassing.
Why don't Mexicans cross the border in threes? Because there's no trespassing. That was a good one. That was a good one. I'm gonna give it to him for that one. That was funny.
Between me and cancer. My dad didn't beat cancer.
Oh my goodness. That's terrible. That's horrible. You dark humid people. That is not good. Where you get these jokes from? That is not good. That's terrible.
Borrow our own currency in the first place.
Gotta get this lady up out of here. She's making too much noise. All right, so then we have, excuse me. I'm gonna move over to our next segment, which is the economy. And we're basically gonna have someone basically explain, who is this? What was this guy name? The person who's in the chair of the Council of the Economic Advisors, he's going to give his take on economic policy. So we're switching over to economics, and we're going to have this man or this video, and this guy's going to explain economic policy and how it works. And we're going to see if he has a good explanation or if he doesn't understand it himself, which is going to be very interesting to hear. So let's hear his take on it, because right now, as we all know, economics is something that's pretty... It's a pretty intense topic right about now, because everybody's going through a rough patch. Everybody's going through a hard time right now in life and the way things are going. And it's looking pretty rough out there, and people are all trying to find answers as to what's going on, how to make things work, how to understand the situation that we're in, the pickle that we're in. But I mean, it's kind of like the writing was on the wall the whole time. You know, you could see it coming from a mile away. It wasn't really hidden. You just got to understand ebbs and flows, ups and downs, and cycles and stuff is going on. And everybody's trying to figure out exactly what can they do to stay afloat, to stay ahead, to stay on top. And this person's going to kind of go in and try to get an explanation about somewhat how the economy works. And we're just going to see if he can actually give us an answer, because his name is Jared Bernstein. Bernstein. He is literally the chair of the Council of Economic Advisors. Let me go ahead and put him up on the screen so you can see what I'm talking about. And the main agency advising the U.S. president on economic policy. And we're going to hear him speak on his take on economic policy and see if he can give us an answer. So let's go ahead and let this man talk and see what he says.
The U.S. government can't go bankrupt because we can print our own money.
It obviously begs the question, why exactly are we borrowing in a currency that we print ourselves? I'm waiting for someone to stand up and say, why do we borrow our own currency in the first place?
Like you said, they print the dollar. So why does the government even borrow?
Well, again, some of this stuff gets, some of the language that some of the language and concepts are just confusing. I mean, the government definitely prints money, and it definitely lends that money, which is why the government definitely prints money, and then it lends that money by selling bonds. Is that what they do? They sell bonds. Yeah, they sell bonds, right? Since they sell bonds and people buy the bonds and lend them the money. Yeah. So a lot of times, at least to my ear with MMT, the language and the concepts can be kind of unnecessarily confusing. But there is no question that the government prints money, and then it uses that money to yeah, I guess I can't really talk. I don't get it. I don't know what they're talking about. Like, because it's like the government clearly prints money. It does it all the time, and it clearly borrows. Otherwise, we wouldn't be having this debt and deficit conversation. So I don't think there's anything confusing there.
Yeah. So if you're wondering how the economic policy was going to work, this guy is literally the chair counsel of the economic advisors in the main agency who's advising the U.S. president on economic policy. And is the explanation that he gave, in case you didn't know, um, the U.S. does print money. And he also said that they print money. And on top of that, they'll print the money. And when they print the money, what happens is bonds. Yeah, people buy bonds. Um, but the government prints the money, and then they buy bonds, and then and then with the bonds, what they you know what? Let me let him explain it to you again. I think he have a better explanation for you. Let me go ahead and let the man
go
cook.
bankrupt because we can print our own money.
It obviously begs the question, why exactly are we borrowing in a currency that we print ourselves? I'm waiting for someone to stand up and say, why do we borrow our own currency in the first place?
Mm-hmm.
Like you said, they print the dollar. So why does the government even borrow?
Well, I mean, again, some of this stuff gets, some of the language that some of the language and concepts are just confusing. I mean, the government definitely prints money, and it definitely lends that money, which is why the government definitely prints money,
yes,
and then it lends that money by selling bonds.
Bonds of
debt. They sell bonds. Yeah, they sell bonds.
Yeah.
Right? Since they sell bonds and people buy the bonds and lend them the money. Yeah. So a lot of times, at least to my ear with MMT, the language and the concepts can be kind of unnecessarily confusing, but there is no question that the government prints money and then it uses that money to yeah, I guess I can't really talk. I don't get it. I don't know what they're talking about. Like, because it's like
you don't get it.
The government clearly prints money. It does it all the time.
That's
and
true.
It clearly borrows. Otherwise, we wouldn't be having this debt and deficit conversation. So, I don't think there's anything confusing there.
Okay, so I think the best thing you can do right now. You hear something? Do you hear something? Like something's banging. Ah, yes. Yes. It's the sound of the economic policy burning to the ground because these are the people that are in charge of the U.S. economy, and that's the way he explains it to you. That's the way he explains how the U.S. economic policy works. And I mean, I think he did a really good job on explaining. You know, he explained that if you didn't understand what he said, let me explain it to you. This is what he said. He said that if you put our faith in us with your economic policy, you are fucked. That's basically what he said in a nutshell. I'm going to go ahead and take that one with me, and I think the people can agree that that's what they heard. Yes, that is what they heard. So yes. Yes, exactly. So in case you were wondering if you wanted to get a quick summary on what was said, that's basically how that situation went. So, you know, if you ever have faith or any trust, that's one of the people that are in charge of the economic policy that's going on right now. And then we're going to have this young gentleman right here. So we got this young man right here. He's going to speak on job applications and what is basically like right now trying to find and trying to get a job right now in today's economy. He's going to basically break down what he's been through and what he's been going through trying to get a job in this economy. And he says, from according to him, he's put in 1,800 job applications and counting. Like, sheesh, 1,800 job applications and counting. I mean, at what point do you look at what's going on and say to yourself something like,
what the fuck?
Like, seriously. Like, I mean, 1,800 job applications, I would be thinking,
What the fuck?
like, and still going? But let me go ahead and let him talk about it. He's going to speak on what it is that he's going through. So let's go ahead and let this young man cook and let him talk. And let's go ahead and roll the footage. Let me know if you can or cannot hear it. Here we go.
The United States job market is fucking cooked. For reference, in the past few months, I've applied to 1,400 jobs on LinkedIn alone. And I've applied to hundreds of jobs on Indeed, hundreds of jobs on the company's direct website, and I've gone around in person to around 100 jobs, giving out my resume and having interviews that way. And I'm here to tell you from firsthand experience, it's all a sham. It's a disaster. Hiring managers aren't doing their job, and companies are posting ghost jobs. Oh, not to mention, super profitable companies such as Google are now laying off employees, although they're having record-breaking profits.
Turns out I was wrong. The economy is not
boomers and people that don't understand on the outside that have a no touch with reality go, oh, you're just not working hard enough. Or people going, get a job in retail. Look, some of these jobs are minimum wage. The worst part about it all is how discouraging it's become. It's almost like I want to accept defeat, but I'm not going to. But I'll go so many times through 3, 4, even 5 rounds of interviews just for them to tell me that I'm not the right candidate for them, and then they'll repost the job. They're saying we're urgently hiring. It's a load of shit. It's a lie. And it makes me really frustrated. Thankfully, I'm going to be starting some side hustles that'll be getting me some extra income because this job market is so cooked. We are in a disastrous job market economy right now. There's no other way to sugarcoat it. It's a fucking shit show.
Okay, so let's go ahead and give this young man right here a round of applause because, yes. Yeah, because what he's doing right here is he's giving you, you know, his personal take, his personal opinion on what's going on from his personal experiences and what he's seeing and what he's dealing with and what he's going through. And that's what, you know, people need to hear and see and understand. And he said he applied for 1,400 jobs on Linktree alone. 1,400 on Linktree alone. So that's not counting all the other, that's not counting all the other places, you know, so. And he's sitting here telling you what he's going through and how ghost jobs are being posted. You know what I mean? They have to, some places are posting ghost jobs. And then when he does go into 1, 2, 3 different interviews, the things still don't pan out for him. And when he doesn't get the job, he turns around and sees the same job being posted and they're asking for someone to fill the void. And it's just like he just came from there trying to get that job and he's just not able to get it. And I mean, to go for 1,400 jobs on one and 1,800 total, that is mind-boggling. That is crazy. That's crazy to have to go through that much. Let me let him run through and talk about it one more time.
The United States job market is fucking cooked. For reference, in the past few months, I've applied to 1,400 jobs on LinkedIn alone. And I've applied to hundreds of jobs on Indeed, hundreds of jobs on the company's direct website, and I've gone around in person to around 100 jobs, giving out my resume and
he's walked around and gave out hundreds of resumes, like personally, hand physical copies. 1,400 on Linktree, and then the other 300 on different other platforms.
having interviews that way. And I'm here to tell you from firsthand experience, it's all a sham. It's a disaster. Hiring managers aren't doing their job, and companies are posting ghost jobs. Oh, not to mention, super profitable companies such as Google are now laying off employees, although they're having record-breaking profits. All well, boomers and people that don't understand on the outside that have a no touch with reality go, oh, you're just not working hard enough. Or people going, get a job in retail. Look, some of these jobs are minimum wage. The worst part about it all is how discouraging it's become. It's almost like I want to accept defeat, but I'm not going to.
And shout out to him for that, for not giving up defeat. I'm going to give you a clap for that, man. So he's not going to accept defeat. Even though, you know, sometimes he feels like he wants to accept defeat, he's not going to. He's still keeping that grind, that hustle spirit in him, which I respect so much. I mean, because imagine if you went for 1,800 jobs and he's still not giving up. So, I mean, if he can keep that hustle, that grind, that mindset, and honestly put it towards his own business, if he can, that would do him a very, very huge service to himself, and that would be the mindset that he would need to take, you know, his life by the horns on his own and actually push forward that grind towards something that he can actually build for himself and starting a business. Because, I mean, clearly applying for the jobs is not working for him and he's still trying. So shout out to him and kudos to him, man. I mean, I can't even hold that against him. That's fantastic that you'll be able to push through that much negativity and still be looking for a job in the job market. So shout out to him, man. That right there is just, yes. I mean, that is, of course, I mean, that is a, you know, the standing ovation for that right there. Shout out to that young man. Like, seriously. So now we're going to have this other guy who's going to explain.
Let's begin the debate, and let's start with the economy. What do you say to voters who feel they are worse off under your presidency than they were?
Oh, okay. That was the wrong one. So now we're going to have this other guy over here. He's going to explain. He's going to explain how he was wrong about the economy. He's going to explain how great the economy is. And of course, he's being very sarcastic when he says this. So let's go ahead and let him speak on it and let him talk about what he sees and how great the economy is. And the fact that he's wrong, because according to what the media puts out there, the media puts out something completely different than what his personal research is giving him. So, you know, the media is going to, of course, tell you the truth. I mean, we all know that the media is very truthful. And if you think different, then you're an idiot, because why would the media lie? So let's go ahead and let this guy speak on why we are going to have a soft landing in the side of 2024. It's not going to be a hard landing anymore. It's going to be a soft landing, and the growth outlook is looking good. Let's go ahead and let him cook. Here we go. Oh, whoops.
Turns out I was wrong. The economy is not going to crash, and banks aren't going to fail. We're actually going to have a soft landing in 2024. So I know I made all these videos fear-mongering that the economy was screwed and banks were going to collapse, but we have data now. The inflation data just came out for January, and it really clearly shows that everything is fine. See, overall inflation is only 3.1% now. It's way down. And then they break down all the different components of inflation so that you know why it's 3.1%. And they certainly have omitted certain parts. These are just certain highlights, like how juice and non-carbonated drinks are up 30%. Steak is up 10%. Baby food up 8.7%. Sugar up 7%. They say that food is only at 2.6% inflation. None of these are anywhere near 2.6%. Same with food away from home. I'm no mathematician, but... And then we scroll down. Motor vehicle insurance, 20%. Household repair, 20%. Admission to sporting events, 13%. Tax return preparation, 11%. None of these components are even below 4%. They're almost all above 5%. What the fuck? Yet somehow all of this adds up. Along with all of this, that averages out to 3.1%. Just so you know. I know. The biggest...
He's got a point. He's got a very valid point. How you going to add up everything? Where you at? He adds up everything that we see here. And he's showing that insurance is up 20%. Household repairs 18%, admission to sporting events 13%, tax return 11% is up. All items have went up. Laundry cleaning is up 5%, garbage trash collection is up 6%. All these different things that he's adding, and he says these aren't the main ones. Juices are up 29%, uncooked beef steak is up 10%, baby food up 8%, sugar up 7%, other fats and oils up 5%, cracker bread, frozen vegetables up 5%, carbonated drinks up just about 4%. And the overall inflation is 3.1%. And is what he's saying. He's not a math genius, but, you know, if you're going to have a 3.1% over all items. Everything is over 3.1%, so therefore how could it be 3.1% if everything is over it? But then again, you know, we're stupid. But let's let them finish.
Biggest part of the CPI, because they weight it differently, so certain things are more important, like people pay a lot for housing, so housing is weighted really heavily when they calculate the consumer price index, which is funny because in that same article, shelter inflation is up 6% in the last 12 months. And that is the most heavily weighted metric of the CPI. So they're cooking the books and inflation is still up at 3.1%. It's definitely way above that. But what I think is the best chart of all time, so you know all these news articles like the New York Times reporting on how the soft landing is just so cushy in America. Don't you feel like your life is really cushy right now? That was published just a week or two ago. Everyone's reporting about the soft landing right now and about how great the economy is going to be. But Bloomberg did a study where they actually added up the total number of news articles mentioning soft landings across all publications. And that is a reverse indicator for recessions and depressions. So right before the dot-com bubble, mentions of soft landings in news articles spiked. Right before 2008, mentions of soft landings in news articles spiked. And this is where we are at now.
Wow, that's crazy. So we have soft landing hopes and hard landing realities. Optimism tend to peak before, a downturn hits. So what he's saying is, this is a chart. This is the number of articles that mention the soft landing before different crises that had went on previously. So if you're not familiar with the dot-com bubble, right before the dot-com bubble, right before the year 2000 hit, it shows right here. So here's the year 2000, right before it hit. You had the number of articles mentioning a soft landing, and then the U.S. recession hit right after. Then you had the housing market crash of like 06, 08 or whatever. You have that right before the housing market crash happened. You have all of these soft landing articles coming out here, and then boom, look how big this recession was here. And then now, if you look at this, pay attention to this part, okay? Looking at how wide the yellow recession bar is, shows you how bad the recession was. You know what I mean? The dot-com bubble, the recession, you see how like somewhat narrow that bar is? Then you have the housing market bubble, or the housing market crash, and you got the U.S. recession right here. See how big and wide that bar is? And if you're looking at the number of news articles that were mentioning soft landings prior to that, you see here you had some, you see here you had more, but now look at how many news articles are trying to perpetuate a soft landing. And if this bar right here was big, it almost seems like the bar doubled or tripled this size. So if you can imagine, this bar is going to be 2 or 3 times bigger. This bar over here, when it shows, is going to be 2 or 3 times bigger than this one here. So that means that this one's going to be huge. It's going to be really hard. It's going to probably be like a decade-long recession. Just going to be a huge bar, like it's just showing you.
Now, with mentions of soft landings. So, yeah. Economy's not doing too hot. And these bank failures I was keeping tabs on, yeah, New York Community Bank is still floundering. They have not recovered. The regional banks ETF, which is like an average of all the regional banks, it's also not doing too hot. China's property market is collapsing. The reverse overnight repo market is collapsing. There's so many things going on. Oh yeah, did we mention that the bailouts that they did last year for all the failing regional banks, those were 1-year bailouts. They all expire this March. So I am certainly no expert, and this is not financial advice, but if your money is in a regional bank, you might consider a credit union instead. And based on history, the biggest banks will probably come out of this just fine for very legitimate reasons. But if you bank with a giant bank, you might consider a credit union just because fuck those guys.
Hey man, we're gonna have to give a really good shout out to him, man. Give him the victory sign on that one, because that was a really good synopsis and breakdown of everything. Yeah, buddy. Good job on that Yeah, you can't really argue with him on that, especially when you look at that chart that showed the soft landing, hard landing, soft landing, hard landing. That was actually a really good indicator. How it showed the soft landing, then a recession that hit afterwards, then a soft landing, then a recession that hit afterwards, and now we have a soft landing articles that are coming out, and this one's gonna be like, sheesh, this is gonna be hectic. But at least you're having, people able to see. And oh, one thing I didn't go over. Let me pull that back up real quick. So let me read the comments on this one. This one basically says the comment section right here. Says they use substitutions to bring the numbers down. If bunny bread goes from $1 to $1.25, instead of that being 25, they say you'll substitute the store brand that's still $1. Magically 0% inflation. That's a good point. Somebody says, yeah, inflation is 3%. Somebody else, make it make sense. My rent just went up $150 for market adjustment, but yeah, inflation is down. It says core categories, food, plus other items with notable changes. I think those are just the biggest inflators in that category, is what they said. Somebody says we're cooked. Let's see, what do we have? Somebody says, what can we do to prepare? I mean, you were supposed to prepare 5-10 years ago. That's just my humble opinion. Let's see. What happens to my money if Bank of America, if it crashes? Well, you can go look at the banks that crashed like a couple years ago and see what happened to those people's money. I forget what that big bank was that collapsed in California. It was a big, huge bank that collapsed in California like 2 years ago, I believe, or whatnot. Yeah, they should look that up and see what happened with that one. Oh my Lord. Somebody says, so what about our 401k? Should we just pull all the funds and stop contributing because they auto-invest mine? Hey, it's up to you. Don't you feel like your life is just so cushy right now? They're laughing. Yeah. Those books are cooking. Yes, they are. America is just starting to feel the experience of Canadians for the last year or two. I didn't know Canada was doing that bad. Not just inflation. CC's ignoring minimum payment selection and charging full amount anyway. Credit cards ignoring minimum payment selection and charging full amount anyway. Sheesh. 3.1 up over cost a year ago that was up 12%. Exactly. So all these things people are seeing, they're noticing, they're feeling it. You're feeling it at the gas pump. You're feeling it everywhere you go. Every day you're constantly spending money. You don't have a choice but to spend money. It doesn't stop. It's a non-stop cycle that we're all dealing with, that we're all going through. It's crazy. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. You just got to be able to understand it and prepare for it, man. It's tough. All right, so let me go ahead and read this article real quick before we tap onto the next segment, which will be we're going to look at the presidential debate here in a second. But here's an article that I found that I wanted to read. This article came out June 27th, 2024. So we're a few days off from that, a few days past that. So we got this article that's talking about a fever risk, and it's basically speaking on a map shows dengue fever risk areas as CDC warns of global case surge. Dengue is what I'm going to call it. Dengue. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. If I am, cool. If not, oh well, just roll with it. So let's read it. As dengue cases break international records, which, and by the way, has anybody ever heard of dengue? Anybody? Anyone? Nobody? Exactly. Dengue cases break international records. U.S. health officials warned doctors today to be alert for the mosquito-borne virus, prompting questions about where exactly the disease has been detected. Officials note there is no evidence of a current outbreak, but so far this year there have been 3 times more cases than at some point last year in the 50 states, mostly from infectious travelers got abroad. Dengue remains less common in the continental United States than other parts of the world. The virus is often a leading cause of illness in these areas. Primarily in tropic and subtropical climates around the world, almost half of the world's population live in areas with dengue risk, according to the CDC and prevention. Following spikes in cases, the World Health Organization declared an emergency in December, and Puerto Rico declared an epidemic in March. So far this year, there may have been nearly 1,500 locally acquired U.S. cases, and nearly all of them are in Puerto Rico. Local mosquitoes still pose a threat, officials warned on Tuesday's health alert, advising doctors to know the symptoms, ask questions about where patients recently traveled, and consider ordering dengue tests when appropriate. Where we've seen outbreak in Latin America over the last several months, there are parts of the United States that are also at risk, in part of the Gulf Coast, Florida, Texas, and also Southern California, said Dr. Celine Gounder, a CBS News medical contributor and editor at large for a public health at KFF Health News. What is the dengue fever caused by is the question. So dengue virus, if I'm saying this right, often referred to as dengue fever or breakbone fever due to pain being one of the major symptoms, spreads to humans through the bite of an infected mosquito. Okay. Part of what we're seeing now is with climate change, with increasing areas that are hot, humid, which are friendly to mosquitoes, where mosquitoes breed, we're seeing more transmissions of dengue. If you're traveling, they suggest taking precautions. Stay in places that have AC or have screened windows, where your exposure is going to be less. DEET or Pickardine. And really stay away from places to the degree that you can where there is standing water or where you can see there's a high concentration of mosquitoes. Many people don't develop any symptoms, while others get relatively mild cases of the illness that typically gets better in 1 to 2 weeks, according to the WHO, World Health Organization. For some, however, infections can evolve to severe dengue, which is a medical emergency that may require hospital care. And the dengue fever symptoms are about 1 in 4 people infected with this sickness will get sick, the CDC says, with symptoms ranging from mild to extreme. About 1 in 20 people who get sick will develop severe dengue, which can result in shock, internal bleeding, and even death. The most common symptom is fever, which is usually accompanied by nausea and vomiting, rash, aches and pains, including pain behind the eyes. If symptoms occur, they usually start 4 to 10 days after infection and last for 2 to 7 days, according to the World Health Organization. So, with that being said, of course, we're hearing about this now. And like I said, this was June 27 when this article was published. And they're basically letting us know that there's a new fever going on out there that you should be aware of, and it's giving you rash, nausea, vomiting, and pain behind the eyes, which I find is pretty bizarre to say that that's a pain area. And it's coming from mosquitoes. And of course, it's an election year. They said it's been around, but it's in mostly tropical and subtropical climates. And it's not as severe as in the U.S., which, I mean, to me, that's almost like a way of saying, come to the United States if you're an immigrant or migrant to escape the fever that's happening where you're at in your tropical and subtropical climate. That's just me. I could be overthinking it, but hey, I mean, at least we're able to think. But anyhow, you heard it here first. I went ahead and read you the article. Just want you to give you some kind of insider understanding to, just always be prepared. Always be on the lookout. Always be seeing and reading articles and having your head on a swivel. Don't believe everything you see, but just in case something like that does pop up and you do hear something about a dengue, or if I'm pronouncing it correctly or whatnot, and you hear about that, just know that you heard it here, and I went ahead and broke down the article for you, read it to you, so you can understand and know that that is something that is on the horizon for the future. And of course, we are in an election year where they're going to really try to get us up. What is this? Turn that crap off. So anyhow, moving over next to the great presidential debate. Man, oh man, was this one? I didn't watch the whole thing. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't watch the whole thing. However, but from what I did see, it was, these dudes were taking shots at each other left and right. I mean, they were just jabbing back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. I mean, they might as well have put some gloves on and just went hand-to-hand combat and just like boxed each other. That's really what should have just happened. But however, it's a debate. We're not fighting. So let's go ahead and go over this presidential debate and see what we have here, because this is really interesting. And visually, it was interesting too. I'll actually go over that as well as we go along, and I'll show you what I mean by visually. But however, let's go ahead and get this thing rolling, and let's go ahead and watch this. And this is like a 3-minute video, so I'm probably going to break it down into parts as we go along and talk about it. But with that being said, let's go ahead and roll this great debate footage.
Gentlemen,
Pause.
thanks so much for being here. Let's begin the debate, and let's start with the economy. What do you say to voters who feel they are worse off under your presidency than they were under President Trump?
We got to take a look at what I was left when I became president and what Mr. Trump left me. We had an economy that was in free fall. The economy collapsed. There were no jobs. Unemployment rate rose to 15%. It was terrible.
The only jobs he created are for illegal immigrants and bounce-back jobs, a bounce-back from the COVID. He has not done a good job. He's done a poor job, and inflation's killing our country. It is absolutely killing us.
As president, would you block abortion medication?
First of all, the Supreme Court just approved the abortion bill, and I agree with their decision to have done that, and I will not block it. And what I did is I put 3 great Supreme Court justices on the court, and they happened to vote in favor of killing Roe v. Wade. We brought it back to the states, and the country is now coming together on this issue. It's been a great thing.
President Biden?
It's been a terrible thing, what you've done. The idea that the politicians, that the founders wanted the politicians to be the ones making decisions about women's health is ridiculous. That's the last. No politician should be making that decision. A doctor should be making those decisions. That's how it should be run.
Our veterans are on the street. They're dying because he doesn't care about our veterans. He doesn't care. He doesn't like the military at all. And he doesn't care about our veterans. Nobody been worse. I had the highest approval rating for veterans taking care of the VA. He has the worst. He's gotten rid of all the things that I approved.
I went to the World War II cemetery, World War I cemetery he refused to go to. He was standing with his 4-star general, and he told me, he said, I don't want to go in there because they're a bunch of losers and suckers. My son was not a loser, was not a sucker. You're the sucker. You're the loser.
Can you clarify exactly what it means about you feeling you have every right to?
All right, so is it just me? Am I the only one who sees this? But I'm going out on a limb here, but let me know if Joe Biden looks a little bit something like this to you. I'm going to put up on the screen. Is it just me, or does Joe Biden look like this? Is it just me? Is it just me? Or does Joe Biden look like this? Like, am I tripping? Am I wrong? Does he not look like this right here? I mean, I'm just curious. He doesn't really seem like. It really just. Let me see if I can find another one for you. Like, no, not that one. Let's see if you got another one. Like this right here. It's almost like this is what he looks like to me. You see? To me, that's what he looks like. I mean, I could be wrong. I could be wrong. But like when I see him, and if you look at different pictures and photos of him, like he looks like a different individual each time. Yeah. But anyway, I digress. Let's go ahead and continue the debate. Here we go.
Right to go after your political opponents.
Well, I said my retribution is going to be success. We're going to make this country successful again, because right now it's a failing nation. My retribution is going to be success. But when he talks about a convicted felon, his son is a convicted felon.
The idea that you have a right to seek retribution against any American just because you're president is wrong.
Joe, our country is being destroyed as you and I sit up here and waste a lot of time on this debate. This shouldn't be a debate. We're a failing nation right now. We're a seriously failing nation. And we're a failing nation because of him. And we're closer to World War III than anybody can imagine. We are very, very close to World War III, and he's driving us there.
You're a whiner. When you lost the first time, you continued, you appealed and appealed to courts all across the country. Not one single court in America said any of your claims had any merit. And I tell you what, I doubt whether you'll accept it because you're such a whiner. The idea if you lose again, you accepting anything, you can't stand the loss. Something snapped in you when you lost the last time.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just going to have to simply just call it like I see it and say that this is clown show. It's ridiculous. It's a shame. It's a shame. It really is. It really is a clown show at this point. It doesn't even make any sense. It's like, what do you do? Because honestly, like, I mean, they got valid points.
Gentlemen,
as far as it goes. They do have valid points. I mean, and they're both of them are exaggerating. I mean, but at the end of the day, I mean, the way things are going, even if, I'm more of the type where, like, you need to grab life by the horns and tuck your nuts yourself and make something happen on your own, and don't expect a group of people to go in there and make the change for you. However, I will say this is like, if you do switch people in the office and you were to get, let's say Trump goes in office, like, is he going to be able to fix this? I mean, because the only way to fix it, my opinion, only way to fix it is to bring down the cost of living. We passed that. You ain't bringing down the cost of living. Because we've already had our STEMI checks. And then right now with all the immigrants or migrants? Oh, well, all the migrants that are coming over, I don't know if you noticed, but it seems like they're getting their own version of a STEMI check because their shopping carts is full to the brim. You know what I mean? Like, they're getting some, whatever kind of money that's being handed over to Ukraine and the migrants and different people of that nature. Where's that money coming from? I personally believe the print machine has been cut on and ain't been cut off in a while. And that's why you keep seeing a steady increase. So it's like, there's no coming back. We're at the point of no return. We ain't coming back from this. You're not gonna, even if you do put somebody else in, 4 years is not enough time to fix these damages. And it's not just the economy, it's the way people think. It's the way people see things, it's the way people's minds are structured. And, when things are bad, people go into survival mode and fear mode. And those are your two lowest frequencies to be vibrating at, especially. So if you have a whole group, a whole population, a whole community of people vibrating at a low frequency of fear and survival, it's going to be hard to come out of it. You know what I mean? It's going to be very hard to come out of it unless you just deliberately lower the cost of living right there on the spot. Like, just boom, lower the cost of living so everybody can, like, you know what I mean? Like, bring gas down to $1.50. You know what I mean? Candy should be 50 cents. You know what I mean? Like stuff like that. But we're too far gone, and the only thing that's gonna help it is there needs to be a crash. Some kind of economic catastrophe. That's the only way. Like, things have to pop before they get better. That's how the Great Depression worked out. Like, it had to burst, and then it had to play out, and then you had to go through the cycle of pain before you came back around to a cycle of gain. That's just how it works. There's no way to look at it. It's just how it works. So, with that being said, yeah, I think we're pretty much too far gone to fix anything. And regardless of what one did and what the other ruined or whatever the case may be.
My one side. You make me give number.
Stop that. I didn't mean to like the video. don't like the video. Well, with that being said, it's just there's no other way to fix it except for to allow a crash to happen. But what I will say is this. Since we're segueing into our next topic, I will say this. The one person who will be winning, because, you know, ladies are clearly out here going to be selling their bodies to the highest bidder. And I can tell you right now that a gentleman like this going to be having a field day out in the world. Check him out. Check out Pawpaw. Look at him. Yeah. Let me cut this music off. Look at him. He at the coffee shop enjoying himself. He's chilling. He's like, yeah, buddy, make me some coffee, sweetheart. Yes, yes, yes. I would like more sugar, please. Pour some sugar on me. That's right. Let me pour some sugar on you. And some honey and some syrup and some strawberries and chocolate. Look at him. He's winning, boy. He's chilling. Got his retirement, his pension, house paid off. He's living it up right now. He's getting all the attention. He's like, yep, wifey at home, or maybe wifey passed away, or maybe wifey divorced me 20, 30 years ago, and I am living it up. Said, I'm past my alimony, I'm past my child support. Look at me go. Yes, baby, make me some coffee. How you doing? Yes, they call me daddy. Yes, sir. So, you know, he's going to be winning. He's going to be enjoying life. He's going to be having a great time, of course. But with that being said, even though he's winning, we also got to segue over into our next topic. And of course, before we segue into it, we always have to segue into it with this. Here we go. So we got this right here. Yeah, buddy. Yes, sir. Look at what we got here. We got us a little lingy-ling-ling right there. Looking phenomenal. Oh, boy. Yeah, buddy. We are loving it, ain't we? We are loving it. We are loving it. We are loving it. Yeah. Yes, sir. Now let's go ahead and bring this other one up on the thing for y'all so you can see.
Like
That's what we
pop up
got
on my
here.
Explore page everywhere on the other app.
All right, she's
and you've probably
looking
seen
lovely.
this girl.
Oh, you be quiet in the background. Yes, sir. You're looking good too. All right. Yes. Yes. Say yes. All right. So, just to let you know, the reason why we have to show that, I mean, we have to show that is because, of course, if you don't know why I show these right here, is because to let you know that this, my friend, is AI. She does not exist. She is not real. Neither did the other one. They were both fakes. Both fakes. They're not real. They don't exist. These are just nice little digital candies to enjoy, but no real humans that we can touch on. Yep, that's just what it is. That's what we have. And that's where we're at right now in the world. And there's this one quote that I wanted to put up when I was also explaining about Biden and them, and kind of like where we are in the world is this is where we're at, in case you're wondering. Somebody says, when asked how fascism starts, Bertrand Russell once said, first they fascinate the fools, then they muzzle the intelligent. They fascinate the fools, then they muzzle the intelligent. And that's about what you're seeing right now. We're seeing the fools are being fascinated and the intelligent are being muzzled or choosing to be quiet. So with that being said, so we have this right here. We got the digital AI ladies right here that we have that we look at. And they're very fun to watch. They're very fun to look at. However, we're going to have a lady break it down for you. She's going to basically talk about how modeling and AI, whoops. There we go. That was some scary music right there too. Oh, perfect. She's basically going to speak about like how modeling and AI kind of go hand in hand. And she's kind of going to give a look at it and say like, AI is about to take over modeling is what she's looking at from her perspective. She went on kind of a long tirade on this one. I mean, she really did. But she basically speaks on and saying how AI powered supermodels are ruining humankind. And, you know, I won't just blame it on the AI supermodels that are ruining humankind because, I mean, you know, wearing too much makeup, using all of these filters, and doing so many surgeries and all these things and trying to fight for a look of perfection. When AI comes in and nails that look of perfection without a blemish or a blur whatsoever, I mean, it's kind of what you set up for. You know what I mean? It's kind of like what you made it out to be. I mean, you set it up to be this way. So when it actually happens, you can't complain because, I mean, the stage was set. You know, the stage was set for this situation to pan out the way it did, the way it is right now. So she's gonna speak on it, and she's kind of having an epiphany because she says she's a model herself, and she's gonna basically explain and say that these AI supermodels are taking over, and we're basically at an inflection point, but not just in this department, but at a bunch of departments. But let's go ahead and let her talk about it. Here we go. Let's let her cook. Oh, wait. Let me pull up the screen so you can see it. There we go. All right. So here we go. There she is. Let's let her cook. Let's go.
There's like this pop up on my Explore page everywhere on the other app. And you've probably seen this girl or some iteration of this girl. Or you've probably seen this girl or these old money images. The thing that all these pages have in common is that they're AI. And I'm just going to speak on this because a few years ago, I was interviewed by the Boston Globe. As a talent agent, they were asking me what I thought about AI and if it would take over modeling. This was in like 2019, and this is where we are today. So of course, AI is like the biggest thing right now when I talk about new companies or companies that are getting lots of money and lots of funding and growing very quickly. But I personally believe that this AI modeling thing is our fault if we keep doing this. If we continue to use...
Not if we keep doing it. It's going to be done continuously because now companies don't have to pay for women anymore. They can just use these AI bots and sell their products and put them on fake digital people that don't exist. And they don't have to worry about the woman anymore. You know, they really don't have to worry about you anymore. And it's not just the women department. It's AI taking over everything. But in this particular discussion, that's one less, I mean, it's just like a job like anything else. It's like you just remove the human and put the AI in because we're marketing via social media. So if we could just use a AI influencer to market via social media and put our clothes on them, we don't have to give out any real clothes. We're not giving out anything tangible. You know, they're not actually wearing our stuff. We don't have to care or nurture or house a hotel or pay these real models. These are AI models. So like out with you, out with the real, in with the fake. And if you look at profit margins, that's probably where you're going to find your answer. If you look at the profit margins, that's where you're going to get your answer from more than likely. But let's let her finish.
Filters that make us look like not ourselves. AI is going to continue to become the most popular version of how we see people. Because when you first look at these models, they look really familiar. And what these models look like is the Facetune version of a lot of us. And just to be more real right now, I'm going to turn off the retouch because this is my 32-year-old face, okay? There's no AI, there's no filter. These pages are getting a lot of likes and a lot of followers, and I really need all of us to do a favor. And just when you see these pages pop up on your Explore, do not click on them. Do not like the photos. As if we don't already have the most unrealistic beauty expectations. I'm literally looking at myself right now like, oh my God, I need Botox in my neck. I need filler under my eyes, blah, blah, blah. Because I will never look like that AI model.
You need Botox in your neck and filler in your eye. That's ridiculous. But you're putting fake stuff in you and then you get mad when the fake bot comes around and does what you're trying to do. Like you're putting fake filler and makeup and all this stuff on you. But then you're getting upset that the AI bot is actually coming in and perfecting that without a blemish. It's perfecting what you're trying to do. You're trying to give off a fake image. Well, then a fake digital bot comes in and perfects the fake image that you're trying to give off. So it's like you set the stage yourself, and people, you know, the beauty industry is not gonna die down anytime soon. Because now it's a means of survival. And that's just what it is. Continue. What's up, Frags? How you doing? Thank you for being here. Appreciate you.
Or actually, I can if I have lots of plastic surgery.
Pause for a second. We have to give a thank you to our man Izzy Frags for dropping. Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. We greatly appreciate you for your donation. Thank you so much, sir. We greatly appreciate you. Yes. Yes, yes. Hit him with the Yeah, buddy. Give him the horn sound. Yeah, buddy. In Texas, we. Yes, sir.
Hey, thank you for the bits. They're great.
どうもありがとうございました。
We appreciate you, Izzy. Thank you. Thank you so much, Frags. We thank you so much. Good looking out. Thank you. Thank you. So, with her, she's speaking on the fact that she needs Botox and fillers, but at the same time, the image that you're portraying, AI can perfect. And AI doesn't really require much upkeep. Because now you can go to, you can actually go on a website and create your own AI image of a person. I mean, I've sat down and done it myself, and then you can have a subscription of like $20 a month. You can create different renders of different AI arts of different people. And I mean, I haven't dove into it to a point where I can put particular clothes on people, but like they look legit and real. And the only thing left to do is to make them move. And if you have any kind of 3D background and you know how to do videos and stuff like that, like you can make your AI image come to life. And I mean, it's not far off. It's not hard to do. All you gotta do is dig a little bit and you'll find out. But let's let her finish.
This is a version of a woman that we've probably seen before, but this woman does not actually exist. I've been a talent agent for, I don't know, almost 8 years now, and there are extremely beautiful women, but they just do not look like this. They're basically picking and choosing every single feature off of a person and then creating the perfect face. And I even saw this brand do it earlier, and it was so ugly. This activewear brand, and I'm not going to mention their name.
I mean, it looks like a person you would see in today's world. I don't really see anything wrong with it. I mean, it looks like a Botox fillered up face, which is what we're used to seeing, unfortunately.
But they had this model. And then they also tried to get away with this image. Like, look at the face and the body. Like, it doesn't even match. I also feel like this AI imagery is really pushing the Eurocentric beauty standards. So we just need to be really, really careful with what we're letting into our mind. Because I feel like just like people were getting plastic surgery to look like Facetune and doing their makeup to look like Facetune, people are going to start comparing themselves to AI, and it's going to fuck us all up. Like, think about what porn did for men and what they thought women should look like, act like, have their nails like, fuck like, etc. That's what AI is doing for the average girl and what she thinks a woman should look like.
No. Keep men out of that conversation, because we're talking about the AI images of what companies are doing to use for pushing their products. And I mean, I guess you could say the same thing for porn for men, but at the end of the day, I mean, just like everything, porn is a choice. It's a choice. It's a choice. Women choose to do it. And I mean, it's the same thing with the AI, the makeup, the Botox, all that stuff. You're not gonna stop doing it, because now women are gonna try to keep up with the AI image, when really you were trying to look like an AI. Now the AI came out, now you're gonna try to keep up with the AI image, where people are like putting fillers and stuff on, trying to look as perfect as possible. Well, you're not needed to look perfect as possible anymore, you know. And now the prawn thing, it's like okay, so now if you want to add prawn into the picture, check this out. Look at this. So you got women that want to perfect this image. They've been using surgery, Botox, fillers, nails, hair, makeup, all this stuff. So now you got AI that comes in and it says, look, we can do this without the woman. There's no need for a real physical woman anymore. If you're going to post on the internet, we'll just post this fake digital woman on the internet with perfection down to a T. So now you go back to prawn now. Now Now the woman is not needed as far as social media marketing and advertising and looks now, because now they can create a perfect AI rendered woman for their corporations and conglomerates. So now the only need for the woman is for prawn activities. I mean, it sounds harsh, but I mean, if you really look at it, it's like an episode out of Black Mirror. I don't know if you ever seen that episode out of Black Mirror. Is it Black Mirror? I think it's the name of it. Yeah, where they had the contestant winners. People would have that boring life that they lived. They lived in little like cells. They would walk on treadmills. They would earn however much money, and then they go on a little game show where they would sing, dance, to show their talent and all that. And then the dude won, but he gave his winnings to the girl, and the girl ended up just being a sex slave. Like there was no need for her. It was like we can't advertise you. We have the best perfect advertisements that money can buy. We have AI women. Only physical need for a real human woman is prawn usage. I mean, that's where it's look like it's turning as far as the AI goes. I'm gonna go ahead and pull her down. I've heard enough of what she has to say. But that's what it is. Like the AI is it's taken over everything and everybody's ability as far as work goes. And, you know, when you have, you know, the women striving for perfection, unfortunately, you know, you go for this perfection look and then you turn around and you push the image of perfection out into the world of social media. But then now we're no longer needed for perfection in the world of the internet, social media, because the AI rendered robots are going to destroy you when it comes to the image of perfection, because they can nail it down to a T. So digitally, a real woman isn't needed at all, only physically. And that's really it in a nutshell, you know. And if you're not aiming for a real true relationship with marriage, then really, if you're not aiming for a real true relationship or marriage, then the only need for a physical woman, the way things are being pushed, unfortunately, is for prawn usage as far as conglomerates go, because they're not going to push relationships. They're not going to push a strong, happy home. They're not going to push a strong family. They're not going to push that. They make more money from conquering and from divide and conquer. Simple and plain, just like that. There's no way around that. DPlav03, he's saying dealing with a date problem, need help. I'm not a relationship type person at all. I mean, I don't know what your date problem is. I mean, that could be one of a million things, but I'm not really the relationship kind of guy, sort of say. I'm just here spilling my 2 cents on fitness and the economy and AI. But, you know, it's just set up a date. Like, I don't know how to get to the point. It's just to set up a date. Like, I don't know how to get to the point. I don't know what part of the conversation that you're talking about, but just ask the person out and see if they want to go and do an activity that you enjoy. If they don't want to do what you enjoy, then keep it moving. Don't go out of your way to treat somebody to something that you don't treat to yourself, because then that's just clown activity, in my personal opinion. But I'm going to move on to the next part right here. Let me see. What did I do with my stuff? I think I lost it. Let's see. Can I find it? Where is it? Is it here? Oh, crap. I got too much stuff up now. Now I have to find it all. Here we go. Let's see. So the next segment, or still we're on the same segment of AI. Let's see where we at. Here we go. So we got the next thing on how AI is getting scary, on how it's manipulating memes. How it's manipulating memes, which is freaking crazy. AI manipulating a meme. And I'm going to show you a meme that a lot of people have seen. We've all seen this guy before. We've all seen this meme right here. Let me pull it up for you. So you got this meme of this guy. Oh, crap. Where is it? Here we go. Let's see where we at. Here we go. Let me pull through it. There we go. Sorry. So you got this meme right here, and we all remember this meme, you know, that I'm smart, you know, the guy that's thinking. What's up, Prime? What's going on? Thank you for joining in. I appreciate you, buddy. Hopefully you're having a good day. I'm going to have to catch up on the stream here in a minute. I'm almost through with my show. So we've all seen this meme right here before where you show, the guy saying he's smart or, outsmarting or whatever it is. But now AI is taking it to the next level. They're taking it to the next step, and they're basically turning memes into like full stories. So like, you want to see what happened during this meme or after? Check it out. Here it goes. It's pretty wild. That is really wild. And this is called Luma AI Dream Machine. It's a website that says where you can figure out how to do it. You can take memes in it, put the memes in it. I haven't done it personally, but I've seen a bunch of these. There's a bunch of different one of these where you see like the meme basically, and the meme that we all know, but they'll show like what happened after the meme or what happened before the meme, kind of like what you just seen. So like it makes the meme come to life, and it's like, it was a damn meme. How does a meme come to life? But it did, and that's how it was doing. Oh crap, let me turn that down because it's still making a stupid noise. So now they have the Luma AI thing where it basically breaks down on how different memes can come to life, which is just, I mean, that's just wild. And there's no boundaries on how far this stuff can go. And I mean, it's just going to keep pushing the envelope the further and further we go. So the next thing we have from AI is we have a prison, a future prison of AI. In case you were wondering what the future jail is going to look like when it comes to being in prison in AI, let's go ahead and take a look and see how jail is going to look when you're going to be put in AI prison, a future AI prison. So let's check it out. Here we go. Sorry, I wish I had a bigger image of this, but this is all I got for right now. But you can kind of see the picture. Maybe I can zoom in on it for you. Can you zoom in on? Oh, nice. Perfect. All right, so here we go. Let's check it out.
Welcome to Cognify, a facility designed to treat criminals like patients. Instead of spending years in an actual prison cell, prisoners could finish their sentence here in just a few minutes. Cognify could someday create and implant artificial memories directly into the prisoner's brain. These complex, vivid, and lifelike memories are created in real time using AI-generated content. Depending on the seriousness of the subject's crime and their sentence, the memories could be tailored to the rehabilitation needs of each subject. The artificial memories implanted by Cognify would be seamlessly incorporated into the existing neural networks of the brain, preventing cognitive dissonance and ensuring the subject experiences the memories as if they were real. The Cognify concept offers a new approach to criminal rehabilitation, transforming how society deals with offenders by focusing on rehabilitation rather than punishment. First, the prisoner is given a choice, either spending tens of years in a prison cell or seeking fast-track rehabilitation through artificial memory implantation.
Did you catch that? First, the prisoner is given a choice. That's how it starts. You always got a choice. Always. You always have a choice. First choice was spend tens of 20s of years in prison or go through a rehabilitation through artificial memory implantation. Artificial memory implantation. They're implanting artificial memory into your brain. That is another way of saying consent, in my opinion. That's you consenting. So they're saying seeking a fast track rehab through artificial memory implantation, or you can spend 10s to 20s and 30s of years in prison. Now, either you consent to them doing this to you by staying in prison, or you don't, and you allow them to experiment on you via consent. You always have a choice. You may not like the choice. Sometimes in like certain situations through history, you either be a slave or you die. That's a choice. And this is the same concept. You know what I mean? You're consenting to allow them to artificially implant memories into your brain. And nobody knows how far they can take this. They can take this to hell knows what end and how deep. They're just advertising this in one way, but you can always take this and use this for the most evil, demonic thing you could think of. But let's let them finish.
If the prisoner chooses to undergo fast-track rehabilitation, the Cognify device is used. Next, the prisoner undergoes high-resolution brain scanning to create a detailed map of their neural pathways. This brain map helps guide the Cognify device to target specific brain regions responsible for memory, reasoning, and logical thinking, such as the hippocampus, prefrontal cortex, amygdala, parietal lobe, and anterior cingulate cortex. Once the target brain regions are identified, Cognify is then placed around the head of the prisoner. The intensity and the type of artificial memories is then adjusted depending on the crime. Inside the criminal's mind, time would pass differently, slower than in real life, making them experience years' worth of artificial memories in just a few minutes. Synthetic memories are customized depending on the crime committed and the unique brain structure and psychological profile of the individual. Violent offenders could experience memories that are designed to trigger empathy and remorse, seeing their crime from the perspective of their victim.
I mean, is this just me, or is this like consenting to MK Ultra? That's what it sounds like to me. It's like, hey, you want to consent to MK Ultra, or you want to like spend the rest of your 10, 20 years in prison? Choice is yours. It's up to you. That's what it sounds like. D.E.F. So I just got an Instagram thought. D.E.F. If you're still here, D.E.F. 03. Go enjoy the sunset. If she don't drink coffee, she can find a different drink to have besides coffee. If you're still here listening, that would be my advice to you. But yeah, that's what it sounds like to me. Is they're basically doing MK Ultra, but you're consenting to it. That's what it sounds like. That's just my humble opinion. That's what I think this is. Let's let them finish.
Feeling their pain and suffering firsthand. Some memories are designed to trigger consequences and trauma. Such memories could simulate the long-term consequences of violent actions, such as the grief of the victim's family or the physical and emotional trauma endured by the victim. Artificial memories could cover a wide range of crimes, including domestic violence, hate crimes and discrimination, embezzlement, insider trading, theft and fraud. Cognify Emotion Regulation System could modulate neurotransmitters and hormones to induce specific emotional states, such as remorse or regret, which is crucial for rehabilitation. Real-time monitoring and feedback mechanisms could track the prisoner's neural responses throughout the process, allowing the system to adapt and optimize the rehabilitation in real time with new visuals, sensation, and realistic AI-generated content. To ensure the long-term effect of the therapy session, the memories could become permanent, fully integrated into the subject's mind, as if they were part of their own personal experiences. While subjects are undergoing therapy session, valuable data are collected from all
therapy. You're undergoing therapy. They're calling this therapy. I'll pass.
The prisoners into a central computer for scientific research, which will help understand the criminal mind and determine the best approach to tackle crimes in society. AI-driven analytics could enhance the device's functionality, optimizing future procedures based on gathered data and insights. Cognify could feature encrypted storage for sensitive prisoner information and rehabilitation data. A compact and portable design would allow Cognify to be used anywhere in the world. It would be constructed with durable materials to withstand frequent use. Its energy-efficient design would ensure long operational life, reducing the need for frequent recharges. It would have the ability to integrate seamlessly with other prison systems, like security cameras and biometric identification. Once the therapy session is concluded, family members of the subject could be provided with a comprehensive report on the new artificial memories that have been implanted, offering them a chance to adjust to the subject's new, positive personality traits.
Yo, get out of here. Exactly what I thought. That's exactly what I thought. So you go in, you consent. You consent from A prisoner aspect or a subject is what they were going between subjects and prisoner. And you start out with a choice. You always get a choice. Choice, stay in prison, or B, let them do artificial memory implantation. They're implanting brand new. They're implanting a new conscience in your head. So you go in, you walk out a worker of your whatever scientists worked on your brain. Like, they're literally rewiring your brain structure. They're knocking out your memories and implanting artificial fake memories, so you can't even think about what really happened to you and what really did. You don't know probably take away who your mom and dad is and give you new parents. Put situations in your head that you lived the alternate life that never existed, that you never really did. And then your family is going to get the report and be like, hey, this is your new family member under our rule, basically. So did you know Johnny? Okay, well, this is the new Johnny. You know, Johnny 5. You know, you got the new Johnny now. Like, he ain't Johnny that went to jail. That was bad Johnny. This is the new Johnny. And unfortunately, Johnny don't know you. We implemented some artificial memory stuff in him. He don't know who you are. However, this is him though. Like, that is wild. That is wild. But you get to consent. You do get to make a choice. The consent is up to you. So they're rewiring your brain. They're changing your consciousness. So at that point, can they artificially implant God in your mind? Because now you no longer have free will to think about what your memories are. They implanted fake memories. You have to battle with what the real and fake memories are. So now, who do you believe is your creator? Who do you believe is your higher power, your higher source? They can add that in there and put that in your head now. That's crazy. That is crazy. That's crazy. But I digress, man. That's just me thinking outside the box, especially when they say that. Can I pull that back? Yeah. Especially when they say that you're going to have a new way of thoughts, a new way of thinking. You know what I mean? Like, your new thoughts are going to be like your new you, if that makes any sense. Sheesh. That's wild. Anyway, over to another segment in the AI. We're going to look at these new cars, these new concept cars that are coming around here in the future. Yeah, so anybody who's an Uber driver, delivery driver of any kind of food, anything that has to do with any driving, limo driver, taxi cab driver, Uber driver, any kind of food delivery, any company that has to do with delivering anything, just look at this, and this should answer whatever it is you need to know. So check this out. So we got a concept car, allegedly, and let's hear her talk about this. So here we go.
This is not a concept car. This is the world's first robo-taxi, and it's come to pick me up. Completely driverless. Look, this is the front, but this is also the front. Open doors, ready? Check this out. Look. No driver, as you can see, you've got 4 seats facing each other. It was inspired by a 19th century horse carriage. Who'd have thunk it, right? Right, how does it work? Right here, check this out. Radar technology, LiDAR, cameras, thermal imaging. This is a Zoox, and I've just hailed it from an app. 10 years of research and development has gone into this, and it's going to be rolled out on public roads really soon. I'm actually driving on a public road today with this. Now, what you've got is, for each passenger, wireless phone charger, you've got a cup holder, USB-C port. Okay, use the touchscreen to close the doors. Let's go. Here we go. So this is just like any other ride-hailing service, but with no driver, which means you don't have to put up with like some angry driver in the front that completely ruins your day. Oh, here we go. Now up here, you can see this is called the celestial headliner. So you've got lights in the roof, which you know I love. Now safety, they've redesigned all of the airbags because of course this is a whole new cabin. Airbags come down from here, boom, from the side, from the back, everywhere. You are encompassed by airbags if needed. This is a camera and that connects to a real human who can watch you just for your safety, right? If something happens to you, they can make sure you're safe.
Of course, of course, of course. They're watching you for your safety. They always want to make sure that you're safe. Or they could just be watching you in case you break a law or say something you shouldn't say. Now you're a prisoner, and now that you're a prisoner, you got two choices. Do your bidding or do your sentence inside of, you know, however many days, weeks, months, years that you get. Or if you want to speed up the rehabilitation process, we can go ahead and do some artificial memory implantation because you are now a prisoner / subject. And if you want to get out quicker, this will be the faster way out. If you don't want to do your months or years that you have to be in jail for breaking whatever laws that we have a prison system that's based on rehabbing you, which will then implant artificial memories into your brain. Or you can just sit in a cell and do your sentence. Choice is yours. And that's what the camera's for. The camera is for your safety. Or the camera could be to see if you break any laws or say anything crazy that you shouldn't be saying. So now we can take you to jail and give you the decision to make on if you want to do your sentence in a cell or do you want to do the speedy rehabilitation process with your mind. But that's just me. That's just how I see it. That's my educated guess. That's my hypothesis. But let's continue.
Look, driving next to a truck right now. Here we are in like a lounge room. There's no angry driver you need to worry about. You're here with your mates. Chuck.
Yeah, no angry driver. You know, no more human interaction. It's either the people that you know around you. You don't get to meet anybody new. The driver usually is always angry, of course. There's always some kind of angry, somebody hostile. But, I mean, usually that's not the case. But, you know, they always got to make it a scenario to make it seem like this is the way to go. As least amount of human interaction as possible. And it can lock you in, like this guy right here says, lock you in and take you to jail if you got a warrant. Basically, people are going to ruin it. They're going to paint the inside, shit outside, puke or throw food inside. That camera is a must. I mean, you could say that, but then, you know, what if what you say gets you locked up and put in jail? You can't say certain things. Your freedom of speech is taken away. You can't talk. And that gets you thrown in jail. You know? Welcome to the age of loneliness, when people are ready to spend 10 years of research to isolate themselves from everybody to avoid possible, slightly awkward situations. Exactly. Nailed it on the head with this one. Welcome to the age of loneliness, when people are ready to spend 10 years of research to isolate themselves from everybody just to avoid a possible, slightly awkward situation. That's basically what it is. Isolation. You're more isolated now. Like, think about it. A lot of drivers out of work. Nope, I prefer a car driven by a person. Exactly. Everybody's being isolated. Everything is isolation. The prison. You know, you could be in there with you could be in there with a cellmate, or you can do the speedy rehabilitation process. But what if the new memory implantation they put inside of you is heavy isolation based, if that makes any sense? She's in there with the camera person. She's isolated. She don't see it. Everything is isolating. It's crazy. But at the end of the day, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. But let's let her finish up. It's not much longer.
Some tunes, go out. Love it. I actually think it's cool. It's the future. Future's here. What do you reckon?
Yep, that is it. That's how it works. I mean, you just have to look at it like this. The powers that be that have the AI stuff put in place, it's not for your benefit. It's not for you. You know, like you're the subject. You're who they want to use and gain for their benefit. You know, like how she said that camera is for safety. No, it's not. It's not for safety. It's to see if I can get you caught slipping and put you in jail, so I can then use my new what is it called? Artificially memory implantation device in your head, and now I have your consciousness. Now I got your brain, and you consented to give it to me because you fell for the okie doke. You fell for the trick. So now I got you, and I got the way you think. I know where you think. I know where you go now, because who knows what I'm putting in your brain? Because remember, the family gets the report of the new you that you are. You know, the old you's gone. Old memory's gone. You probably don't even know who your people are. So now you are a property of said corporation. But I digress. I could just be talking. Who knows? I'm just going out on a whim here. So now we have this other lady right here. She's going to go on. She's going to speak about, what is she speaking about? Let's see right here. She's speaking about the world and the population of people who have internet, and then the population of people who game on the internet. I found this really interesting. And she's going to speak on them and let you know, like, how many people are playing games in the world, how many people are in the world, how many people are connected to the internet in the world, and how many people are gaming the world. And then she's going to speak on, with that kind of information, what would be the objective to move forward with. So let's let her cook. Here we go. Oh, wait, let me pull it up for you so you can see it. Where is it at? There we go. All right, so here we go. So we're going to let her speak on it. So here we go.
8 billion people on the planet. 4 billion of them are digitally connected, and 2 billion of them are gamers. By 2030, the 8 will become 9. The 4 will become 5. But the big number is, of the 2 billion, that will become 4 billion. Nearly half of the world's population will be playing games. So there are 3 key technologies that will shape the future of our society. The first, high-speed connectivity. Second, cloud. And the last, artificial intelligence and machine learning. These key technologies will help shape the future of gaming. But what happens when we combine them with business model innovation? Of the 8 billion people on the planet, 4 billion of them are digitally connected, and 2 billion of them are gamers. By 2030, the 8 will become 9. The 4 will become 5. But the big number is, of the 2 billion, that will become 4 billion. Nearly half of the world's population will be playing games. So there are 3 key technologies that will shape the future of our industry. The first, high-speed connectivity. Second, cloud. And the last, artificial intelligence and machine learning. These key technologies will help shape the future of gaming. But what happens when we combine them with business model innovation?
What would happen would be a Ready Player One scenario. That's my opinion. I think you're going to have a Ready Player One scenario when you combine gaming with business innovation, because then you're going to be constantly marketing to people and gaining profits out the ass. Because right now, you're already gaining profits now. You switch gaming over from you buy the game to now you buy the game. You buy now once you spend money on the game or you download a game, whatever have you. You either get a free game or you buy a game. Now you buy the costume, you buy the levels, you buy the shirt, you buy the hat, you buy the emotes, you buy all these extra little trinkets to go along with it. And a game that used to cost $60 is now easily a ongoing paying subscription that has unlimited amount of potential for profits. Just that simple. And then her looking at the world, 8 billion people in the world, 4 billion connected, 2 billion gaming by 2030. What, 6 years, 5.5 years? That 9 billion people in the world, 5 billion people connected, but 4 billion people will be gaming. And then you turn around, and if 4 billion people are gaming, that's a way to innovate business to it to make huge amount of profits. And how, I wonder if she implemented on how that would work. Let's see.
Of the 8.
No, she didn't. That's where they stopped at. But exactly, how would you innovate business when you have 9 billion people on Earth? So out of 5 billion people who are connected, 4 billion will be gaming. So that's like a 90% ratio of people that'll be gaming that are connected to the internet. At that point, like, I mean, I hate to say it, but you would be foolish not to capitalize on that business potential opportunity. I mean, let's just be real. But how are they going to capitalize on it is the question. How? What would they do? And how would you take it to the next level? You know, the VR headsets, the glasses, the contact lenses, whatever it is that they're trying to implement to make the gaming seem like a more of a real world scenario, or to make gaming seem better life to live than your actual real life world that you have out here working jobs and stuff like that. Who knows? It could be anything. It could be anything. There's no telling what they're going to implement and move it towards. But to put a business towards it, man, it's going to be something serious. It's going to be something serious. So, you know, you got to make the moves now. You have to make the moves now. You have to be grounded and rooted in whatever it is that you're trying to do, and persistently, mercilessly pursue it nonstop. So I have another one right here. This is going to show, it's showing a, Boston Dynamics is the name of the company. Atlanta's robot just got real. It's performing actual automated work in latest video release. So this is going to show you an AI robot performing automated work in a sense. So, I mean, I don't know how they consider this automated work, but just to see the advancement and just the work that this robot is doing is pretty interesting within itself. So let's just run it. It's a short little clip. Here we go. Let's check it out. Yeah, so I know that right there doesn't really show much as far as them doing automated work, which they're not doing automated work, but the fact that the robot is like moving around and taking something from here to there and picking something up and moving it. I mean, who knows how old that technology is, but we're just now seeing it today. That's the real question you should always ask yourself. You should always ask yourself, like, when we see this stuff, how old is it? Because we're seeing it now. How old is this robot? You know, is this a robot from the year 2005? Was it a robot from the year 2020? Who knows? We don't know how old the robot is. We just know that we're seeing it now. You know what I mean? We're always going to be behind. So even though that didn't seem like much, we just don't know where they are exactly right now in advancement. So the next one that we have right here now is going to be, excuse me. This is it's a guy named Larry Summers, and he says studying coding is a bad idea, and instead young people, let me go ahead and pull up so you can see what I'm reading. Let's see. So he says studying coding is a bad idea. Instead, young people should learn to work creatively in a group and define purpose, which I'm gonna have to agree with him really, really big on that. That right there deserves a clap. Like for sure, because let's go ahead and let him explain why he thinks this. So let's go ahead and let him explain what he's talking about. So here we go.
Be telling my grandchild not to go study coding. I mean, we used to say, it was only 15 years ago that everybody was supposed to learn how to code. You know, when I got my driver's license, my father told me I had to learn to fix a car. I had to learn to change a tire and jump the car and change the battery and whatever the hell, because you never knew you might have an accident and you'd have to fix your car, because like, what were you going to do? Well, you know, like, I certainly never told my kids that, and I certainly can't do any of those things because the world kind of figured out how to do it. So you didn't have to learn to do that yourself anymore, just like you don't have to learn to use a slide rule anymore. You don't have to learn to calculate a square root on a piece of paper. Coding's going to be like that. I mean, super high-level genius new artificial systems not going to be like that, but you know, coding the data system to keep track of when reservations are going in and out of this hotel, that's going to be a task that a machine's going to do and the person's not going to have to understand. So studying coding, bad idea. Studying how to work in a group on an act of creation and defining purpose, I think that's going to be hugely important. I think the one sentence line would be AI is going to come for IQ before it comes for EQ.
Hoo-wee. Yeah. AI is going to come for IQ before it comes for EQ. And that right there would be the best way to explain that, would be the best way to explain it with the prison video. That would be the best way to explain it, to show that if you're a prisoner or subject, whatever they call it, your IQ, your consciousness will be taken over, and then they can implement their own artificial memory implementations inside of you via AI memories, because they could probably make all your memories, well, not probably, all your memories would be AI renders, all of them, and you wouldn't be able to tell what's real and what's fake. You wouldn't be able to tell what's going to be real and what's going to be fake. So the best thing you could do is to teach your children how to be able to work together collectively and to use their brains to collectively think on how to be creative, work on creation, and find purpose in life. And the best way to look at that from I hate to say a movie standpoint, but a movie that did reflect it was The Matrix. You remember, you had inside the Matrix, you had outside the Matrix. Inside the Matrix, you know, we all know what that looked like. You had the world and Mr. Smith, all the agents and all that stuff, whatever, you had the world. But then outside the Matrix was like, it didn't look good at all. Because remember, when they went into the Matrix, they had to lay down and put the thing in them. But when they were outside the Matrix, they didn't have much of anything. They had there was only so many of them, and those so many of them worked together on trying to battle this Matrix within the system. But they had to work together outside of it and come together and use their mind to find purpose in real life. And that's basically what he's speaking on. You know what I mean? I hate to use that, but that's the best way to explain it, because then in due time, if you watch all those movies, remember, the machines end up finding their location and destroying what it is that they were in. And as you go further throughout the movies, you start to realize that it was a big battle between man and machine. in the battle between man and machine, when the man finally defeated all the machine, the order of peace came back. If you've watched all of them to get a good understanding on it. But to go to what he's talking about, though, the best thing to do is be able to work with a group of people and to work on the ability of creation and finding purpose in life and pursuing that to no end, because that's all you got left. That's all we got left. You have to constantly do it. Put your mind to something that you create and pursue that purpose to no endless bound. So shout out to him for that one, man. Like, seriously, great shout out to him to teaching the younger generations and his grandchildren coming up. So, yes. I approve that message. Yes, my name is Daniel and I approve that message. I'm going to save that one for sure. So then, let me see where we at right now. Are we almost done? I think we are. Almost. Wait, what is that? That's the robots, but we don't need that. Let's pull that back down. What was the next one? Where did it go? I had it up here a second ago.
And even for men, because they're starting to have relationships with...
No, I need you to be quiet, sweetheart. Hush. No, it's not that one. Where did it go? I think I lost it. No? Is this it right here? No, that's that.
Just saying.
That's
Turns
that.
out I was wrong. The economy is not going to crash, and banks aren't going to fail.
Oh, be quiet, dude. Oh, did I lose it? I think I lost it. No, I did not lose it. Where did it go? Oh, come on, give me a second here. Of course, I'm going to lose my stuff right when we're on the last part of it. Anchor. There we go. Here we go. All right, so the next thing we have right here, segueing over to what I was just speaking about. Interesting, very interesting how this even came up like this. So, again, you remember the movie The Matrix? And do you remember a movie called Terminator? All right, so we're going to hear from the person who wrote The Matrix and the Terminator. And we're going to hear why that individual wrote those movies. And they're going to give their understanding as to why they wrote The Matrix and the Terminator. So if you never heard this, I think this will really be a very interesting here to kind of listen to why the individual who wrote these movies or books or whatever they were to begin with, I think they were books, but whatever. This is the person who says that they wrote it. And I think if you dive into it, you can actually find the court case. And I believe that they won the court case or not. I don't know. But anyway, let's go ahead and understand about the woman who wrote The Matrix and the Terminator and for what reason. So here we go.
Listen to the woman who wrote The Matrix and the Terminator.
Well, that's what the Matrix is about, to wake you up from the Matrix, to get you out of the illusions and the lies and the ignorance. So it's not dangerous for me because that's my job. That's what I came here to do. That's why I wrote The Matrix and Terminator, to wake people up so they can move on to greater, better things. Yeah, but the Terminator is the prequels to the beginning of the Matrix. Sarah Connor is actually Neo's mother. So JC, John Connors, Jesus Christ, grows up to be Neo, one and the same in the Matrix. The Matrix is in the future. The Terminator is the past. It's time travel, past, present, and future time travel. It's the second coming of the Christ, the evolutions of consciousness, man versus the machine. So the machines, the Terminator machines, hear that a child is going to be born that's going to terminate them in the future when they oppress man. So see, it's a man versus the machine. It's God's children versus man's children, which was technology.
Learn today. Listen to the
God's children versus man's children, which is technology. Bars. Round of applause to her. That was very interesting. I mean, let me go ahead and let it run it one more time in case you didn't hear it all the way. Let's go ahead and let that run one more time. That was a very interesting take on that.
The woman who wrote The Matrix.
And to have the mindset that she's having, to be able to, I mean, in this video footage, I mean, it looks kind of old. I don't know how old it is, but this looks old. And to be able to have the foresight to see and understand that, and understand that there's going to be a robot versus human type civilization, and to be able to tie it down to where you're understanding that it's going to be God's children versus man's children, which man's children is artificial intelligence, AI, and God's children is man, and the battle that's going to wage between the two, to have the foresight to see that from however long ago, I don't believe in coincidences, but let's let it cook.
And the Terminator.
Well, that's what the Matrix is about, to wake you up from the Matrix, to get you out of the illusions and the lies and the ignorance. So it's not dangerous for me because that's my job. That's what I came here to do. That's why I wrote the Matrix and Terminator, to wake people up so they can move on to greater, better things.
Yeah, but
the Terminator is the prequels to the beginning of the Matrix. Sarah Connor is actually Neo's mother. So JC, John Connors, Jesus Christ, grows up to be Neo, one and the same in the Matrix. The Matrix is in the future. The Terminator is the past. It's time travel, past, present, and future time travel. It's the second coming of the Christ, the evolutions of consciousness, man versus the machine. So the machines, the Terminator machines, hear that a child is going to be born that's going to terminate them in the future when they oppress man. So see, it's a man versus the machine. It's God's children versus man's children, which was technology.
I learned today.
So when the robots oppress man, not if. When the robots oppress man, that there's going to be a child that's going to be born that's going to terminate the robots. That's a very interesting take. A very, 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 very interesting take. And it gives you a lot to think on, a lot to weigh on, and a lot to try to comprehend and understand. If you sit back and watch those movies with a different lens, it may give you a different way to view those movies, man. It's very interesting. It's very, very interesting. Very, very interesting. And with that being said, I mean, we see all these things that's going on in the world right now. And we're seeing how everything is playing out. You know what I mean? We're seeing how everything is moving forward. There's nothing that you could really do about the AI. And if the AI is man's children, and we are God's children, and a child is going to be born to destroy the robots who are enslaving man, who are taking advantage of man, or whatever you want to say, that has so many layers, and that story you can hear being told so many different times, or you can look at different things and think back to how that story, if you translate it over to the Bible, it'll make you think, because it can be like, okay, well, nothing new clearly is under the sun. And to try to put it all together and to see somebody speak about this way back then and to hold this much weight now, you would be foolish to not pay attention to understanding what it is that this AI technology can do, and what it will do, and what it is doing, and what the powers that be who have the hold of it is going to be using it for, and why you should be so hell-bent on getting yourself in a position to do the best that you can to be able to mitigate as much of a risk that's coming our way. Speaking of risk, here's something else that they can also do, and they can probably also use this to apprehend you as far as using people as subjects for their artificial memory implantation. So here's our last bit before we finish up and close out. We got two more for you. So we got this right here that they're going to be speaking on. This is, let's say it's super frightening. This is it's a little bit long, but I'm going to go ahead and talk between it. We got this right here, which is, you can't see it. This is going to be the AI technology. It's called voice cloning. voice cloning. And we're seeing this today. We're already seeing this. We're already seeing this when you go through social media or whatever, ads come up. You hear like Joe Rogan's voice is being cloned. You can clearly tell that it's cloned. You're hearing like, you know, the clone voice is being used, but they're only going to get better. But look at it from a perspective of being used in a negative sense. So let's go ahead and take a look at it when it's being used for harm and not good.
This AI technology as undersized Susan Campbell found out, this is crazy. It doesn't take much of a voice sample. This scam off. This is so frightening to hear.
It really is. This truly terrified this mom, and this technology is actually improving so quickly. You really only need seconds of a voice sample to get pretty close to someone's real voice.
The phone number was unfamiliar. Jennifer DeStefano almost let it go to voicemail. But her 15-year-old was out of town skiing. Maybe there had been an accident.
I pick up the phone and I hear my daughter's voice and it says, Mom, and she's sobbing. And I said, what happened? And she's like, Mom, I messed up. And she's sobbing and crying. And then I hear a man's voice say, put your head back. Listen here, this is how it's going to go down. You call the police. You call out in your mind that was her voice. Oh, 100% her voice. 100% her voice. It was never a question of, you know, who is this? Or it was completely her voice. It was her inflection. It was the way she would have cried. I never doubted for 1 second it was her. That's the freaky part that really got me to like horror.
But the 15-year-old never said any of it. It was just a clone created by artificial intelligence.
You can no longer trust your ears.
Subaro Kamampati is a computer science professor at Arizona State who specializes in AI. He says voice cloning technology is rapidly improving.
Now there are ways in which you can do this with just 3 seconds of your voice. So with the 3 seconds, it can come extremely close to how exactly you sound.
And you don't even need any special equipment.
I chose a free program for a test, and I'm not actually talking.
It's a new toy, and I think there could be great good uses, but certainly there can be pretty worrisome uses too.
You got to slow down and diffuse the situation.
The FBI's Dan Mayo says scammers who use voice cloning often find their prey on social media.
They're going to be looking for public profiles that have as much information as possible on you. And when they get a hold of that, they're going to dig into you.
The Federal Trade Commission says scammers will often ask their victims to wire money, send cryptocurrency, or pay the ransom with gift cards. Once the money is gone, it's almost impossible to get it back.
The phone number's coming from an area code that you're not familiar with. That should be one red flag. Second red flag, international numbers. Sometimes they will call from those as well. Third red flag, they will not allow you.
Yeah, that is that right there. What is it that you're going to do whenever something like that comes your way? It's just like, that's pretty intense. But it's a free program. Like she said that she was manipulating her voice. Excuse me. She was manipulating her voice from a free program that she was using. A free freaking program. Cost you nothing. Not a dime, not a cent, not a penny. It was a free program that she was able to use. And use that to clone her own voice. So anybody's voice can be cloned. So if you're a public figure or anything, it doesn't even matter who you are. It said it could take you 3 seconds and they can clone your voice and use it for anything. You know what I mean? 3 seconds and just clone your whole voice. And then how they used it to, scare the pants off of parents or whatever to try to get money from them or whatever that they were doing. It's crazy. So you got to be safe out there. You got to be diligent and you have to be, you got to be persistent and purpose-driven. You can't just sit down and just be, you can't just sit down and sit by the wayside, man. You have to be proactive. You have to be proactive. You have to be proactive. You cannot sit and wait. You gotta be. You like really have to be on it every day, nonstop. Don't let nothing hold you back. Don't let nothing hinder you. Don't let nothing bother you. Don't worry about just don't hurt nobody. Don't be a bad individual. Don't be a bad person. Don't be a bad human. You really got to give it your all every single day. You really got to give it your all. You got to put everything you got into it, and have no regrets along the way. And you have to fight. You have to, because the AI thing aspect of it, man, it can be used for some really good usage. If you're super rich, it can be used for good. But I mean, at the same time, if you're super rich and you want to dominate, then you can dominate. But it's not just the super rich who are hurting. It's also just your regular everyday common folk who can sit down and just use it to hurt their fellow man or woman next to them. Because like I said, everybody's living in fear survival mode. That cloud of consciousness waving over everybody is going to be hell trying to get out of. And you got to find your way out of it. It is what it is. So with that being said, it's our last video. I have a particular individual that I like to use who talks about such things on how to basically find a cure in all of this that's going on, and to help you find an answer, a voice of reasoning for a way to help yourself in such situations of wanting to find an answer on how to get out of it. And I mean, at the end of the day, the answer is within you. You look in the mirror, you search within yourself, you go through the internal state, the process which you got to go through to fight and defeat what it is and come out better on the other end. So I'm going to let this guy go ahead and speak on it. This will be the last thing that we talk about before we roll out of here. Let's see, we don't have many people in the comments with any comments or questions right now. So we're gonna let this roll and let this man speak on it in case you have in case you needed any understanding or you needed anything to kind of help you, give you a direction or guide on what to do or how to move. So let's go ahead and roll this one. Here we go. Oh crap, we gotta start this over.
The book of truth says we suffered from lack of knowledge. Hosea 4:6, my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge, because thou hast rejected knowledge. Now knowledge is running free like a wild beast, so why do you still suffer? Simple. You can't navigate this plane of existence without law, and the truth is the law. The definition of truth. Truth are laws of order. Divine truth is the order itself of the Lord's kingdom, the divine good, the essential of order. Psalms 19 and 142. Thy righteousness is an everlasting righteousness, and thy law is the truth. These laws, which are the truth, are what brings order into your life, which in turn will set you free. John 8 and 32. And ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. You are told to seek knowledge at this time. The ones who ruled this experimental zone completely up until the year 2000 decided not to give up the light that was to be given to you during your advancement. They and their servants kept the light for themselves in order to rule you and keep you restricted in ways of thinking and living, which is actually death. Pistis Sophia. The rulers devour their matter to maintain their own empowerment and prevent souls from ascending. They believe that putting energy into creation, that is, participating in an act of selfless service, could cause them to lose their own energy. But a man or a woman who will seek cannot be stopped. Through perseverance, you will break through this restriction or limitation. It is a war of attrition spiritually. You were told to study and seek knowledge. 2 Timothy 2 and 15. Study to show thyself approved unto God. The same instruction is given to the student of alchemy. Alchemy, lesson 6. Study day and night and supplicate thy Creator that he would be pleased to grant you knowledge and understanding, and that the pure spirits, which are the angels, may have communion with you and influence you. Even the angels begin to give information, but there's no reward for a lazy man. It should be clear at this period of time, well, unless you're fast asleep, that everything you were taught in all areas of life up till this point is either a half-truth or a complete lie.
And there it is. At the end of the day, when it's all said and done, you have to study. You got to keep learning. You got to be persistent in what it is that you're trying to do. You cannot be lazy. Being a lazy man, being a lazy person is not going to get you nowhere in life. You have to be persistent. You have to be diligent in your efforts. You have to tunnel in, focus in on what it is that you're trying to do, and you push through and you do not stop. You live your purpose, you live your business like your life depends on it, because it does. You pursue knowledge, you pursue understanding. You pray, you meditate, you exercise, you take care of your body, you try to stay sober-minded, and you consistently pursue a goal that you're trying to pursue, and you do not let up. You don't take your foot off that gas whatsoever. Life is going to life. People are going to come, people are going to go. Friends are going to come, friends are going to go. Women are going to go in and out. People are going to die in your family. All these things are going to happen at the same time. You're going to make money, you're going to lose money. You're going to have good investments, you're going to have bad investments. I mean, injuries, sicknesses, ailments are going to occur. Don't stop. Keep your eyes focused on your goals and stay focused on the mission that you're on, and never give up. Never give up. Never give up. Stay persistent at it, and you'll be the only one to get you out of this situation. Seeking help from within, because it's not you doing it. There's a greater power greater than yourself that is pushing you to greater heights. It is not all you, but it is something inside of you that you can spark that can lead you to unfathomable heights. Got it? Well, that is all for today's show. Hopefully you got something out of this that you could use. You got some news that you could use. But of course, if anything, do me a favor and hit that little like button right there that you see. Get the algorithm out. If you follow on Twitch, Kick, YouTube, thank you so much. Hit the follow button or whatever. Give me a follow on one of the 3 platforms. Click on my link tree and follow me on all my social medias. Also follow me on YouTube as well. I do live shows in the live section, home workout videos in the video section, where I always drop a new home workout videos, and constantly updating short clips to bring you in and garner you in with more information and more value and more valuable content that you could use to help you better your day and become a better human being, a better individual, a better man, to find your purpose in life and to never give up. Keep striving, because as it seems right now, everybody's having a mind of fear and survival. Get out of that mindset and just understand to have a source of an abundance, prayer, growth, and meditation, and restless pursuit of purpose-driven action. All right. So thank y'all so much for tuning in, man. Thank you. What is this? How long did we run today? What is this? This is 3 hours. We hit the 3-hour mark. Nice. I think that's a good run. I think that is a good run. So we're going to try to do another show. I'm going to try to drop another one. I'm probably going to do another show if I can. I'm going to shoot for early tomorrow morning. This was a late evening show. Started at 7, ended at 10. I'm going to try to do another one early in the morning to kind of garner where my crowd fits in at, to see if I can catch people around what best times. So as you can see, I'm kind of filling out what are my best times to do the show. And once I figure out that time, we're going to lock in on that time every single day, and we're going to keep pushing forward and pursuing forward. So thank y'all so much for tuning in, man. Thank you. I can't thank you enough. I greatly appreciate all the stuff that y'all do and the support that you give in any shape, form, or fashion. There's the Cash App down there, Venmo, if you like the message that you heard or whatnot. Please feel free to give a donation. If not, it's okay. Hit the like button, give a follow, and all that good stuff. And until then, man, we greatly appreciate you, and we are out of here. Until next time, peace.